PUBG Mobile version 2.7 will be available soon. Let's take a look at all the new content. The long-awaited Dragon Ball Super collab. PUBG Mobile version 2.7 will be available soon. Let's take a look at all the new content. The long-awaited Dragon Ball Super collaboration is officially here. We'll be bringing you 2 new game modes for this collaboration: Dragon Ball Super themed mode and Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super themed mode will be available in Erangel, Livic, and Sanhok. In this mode, we've incorporated Dragon Ball elements into the classic Battle Royale gameplay. All players will embark on a journey to find the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron. Collect the Dragon Balls scattered throughout the map. The team that gathers all 7 will be able to summon Shenron at the Shenron altar and make a wish to obtain powerful buffs. Maybe if you're super lucky, you'll get 3 wishes at once. During the journey of collecting the Dragon Balls, players will obtain a type of energy called Ki during the game. Players can use Ki to unleash famous Dragon Ball moves. Players can obtain the Kamehameha by picking it up. It equips to the pistol slot. After charging, it will release a continuous high-damage beam. Fukujutsu is another skill that can be picked up during a match. Players can use this skill to fly freely in the air and make quick tactical maneuvers. The Senzu Bean is a new recovery item that is incredibly effective. The Dragon Radar can display the location of Dragon Balls that haven't already been claimed by other players. It can help you collect the Dragon Balls more quickly. The Air Car can carry up to 3 players. It's easy to put away and has better performance than regular vehicles. Tenkaichi Budokai, Kame House, Korin Tower, Dragon Ball Village. These are some famous landmarks that will appear in the game. Call your friends and explore with them now. The collaboration this time even has a hidden challenge, named Dragon Ball Trial. Win consecutively in the themed mode for a chance to take on the challenge. After accepting the missions, the team has to follow the instructions and gather 7 Dragon Balls. During the process, your team's location will be exposed to other players. All players will be drawn into battle for the Dragon Balls. To win the game, the trial team must successfully secure the Dragon Balls, defend the altar, and then summon Shenron. Are you ready for the challenge? In this standalone mode, named Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super, players can roleplay as iconic Dragon Ball characters, use powerful, unique moves in a brand new anime-style map, and become the ultimate victor. There are 5 Dragon Ball characters in this mode. They are Son Goku, Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo, and Frieza. Select your favorite fighter. Master their skills to suppress your enemies and achieve victory in intense battles. In the new version, the new Ace 32 firearm will be made available on all maps. It uses 7.62mm ammo and has 6 attachment slots. What are you waiting for? Go try it out now. Furthermore, this update also includes a firearm attribute tag display. Newer players can go to their backpack to look at the tags of a firearm they've picked up to quickly grasp its characteristics. The new Cycle 5 Season 13 begins on July 18th. Be sure to stay tuned for the new season rewards. That's a wrap for the main new content of the upcoming version. For more information, be sure to follow our official PUBG Mobile community. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. See you next time.
most demand on land. Teams, they don't really
have to move quite a lot. They won't need to move out of their comfort spot unless...
Get ready, South Asia.
Hello and welcome back everyone to PMPL South Asia Fall Season 2023. I'm your host Anna, and with me on us today is Fritz. Fritz, it's been a long run. We're all the way in the middle of the second week. How are you feeling and what are your expectations towards the end of it?
Hey, I'm excited. I mean, not only we'll still have 3 more days left: Friday, Saturday,
True.
Sunday. All 3 days we'll be having games. So I just want the top teams to play like top teams. Now Stalwart Esports has done that, but 4MV is like still sleeping. So probably today is the day they wake up and basically show us some good performance. But I'm happy to at the same time, because I've seen the Bangladeshi team King of Spades play good. I've seen the Nepali teams coming out on top playing very good. So it gives us equal competition. So I'm happy too. But I just want 4MV to just perform a little bit better, probably compete amongst the other teams. And yeah, that's just about it. Really excited to see how the games go today.
Why do I feel it's more targeted on me than on 4MV itself, the way you're saying it
Your
constantly?
prediction, not mine.
Oh goodness. Anyways, let's just take a look at where we are right now. We are on the 4th of August, if my calendar reads it right. And yeah, that puts us on the 3rd week of second league stage week, which means this is literally the center of the tournament. Today we will be halfway done with the tournament once we're halfway done with this day, except for the grand finals. There are a whole different league in themselves. But yeah, all of this, hard work, all of this perseverance for the 80,000 prize pool. That's a huge amount, Fritz.
Yeah, add dollar to it. For India, it gets multiplied by 80. So that's definitely a very, very big number for us to see. And the team winning it out will be getting 9,500 out of it. So it's a good chunk for whoever tops, probably 4MV or Stalwart Esports. But hey, the competition is still very much there. Also with this, we have another $1,000 dedicated to a small little fun tournament going on. That is the team deathmatch tournament. I mean, we've seen 3 games which have landed on 39-40. So just by that, you can just figure out how great that tournament has been. So if you come out first in that, $700 for you. Second, $300 extra. And these are the ways that the games have already gone. So we still have a couple of games left in round number 2. After which we will have round number 3, followed by semi-finals, and then the Big Daddy Grand Final.
Exactly, and we are gonna be watching DRS stand out against Raw Esports today. Both the teams were already present in round 2. They had no one coming in from round 1, so it's gonna be the first time we see both of these teams on the TDM stages. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. But the most fun thing is the map of Livik, which shows up during the bonus game.
Yeah, Livik is definitely a very interesting map to see. It's a 15-minute map. So within 15 minutes, the game just gets completely over. And after that particular map ends, according to the standings, this is how the extra points, or you can say the bonus points, are also awarded to all these teams. So excited to see how these bonus points overall go, because this will be carried forward in the grand finals. These are the only basic points that will be carried forward in the grand finals. So, I mean, 60-point gap is what there will be between the first and the 16th team, maybe if the 16th team is on the 0 points overall. So we'll have to take into consideration that factor as well. And this is how usually the games will be marked upon. If you come first, you will be given 10 points. Second, you will be given 6 points. So on and so forth. And for every elimination, you get 1 more point. And this is basically, I'd say, the Ramban, as we call it, in the entire tournament. Get as many elimination points as possible. It'll be even more comfortable for you.
Absolutely, and if you talk about elimination points, there's still a difference of 19 between 4MV and Stalwart Esports. So I guess it's about time they start picking their pieces up, because for 4MV, things are not looking as optimal anymore. They were ruling the leaderboard with a lead of 46 points at the max, if I remember it correctly,
Down
and
to
from
6.
46 dropping all the way down to 19.
6
Not
points.
good. Yeah, overall difference is 6 points, but like I'm talking about elimination difference, because even in the beginning
Okay.
there was only mostly elimination point difference. Their placement points did not increase much all through. But yeah, there are still a lot of teams that are completely struggling. So those teams gotta pick back up. Bad Intentions, ASL, JMEX, these teams have literally made me completely lose hope on them. Even though Bad Intentions has a chicken, I see nothing consistent in them. Same I can say for IHC. Even after multiple chickens, the elimination points are so low that this team has found themselves in the bottom four.
Yeah, IHC they're not having a good tournament this time around. I mean, IHC was a team that we thought would show us a good run, considering that's superb players overall. But that has not been the case. And now what I am hoping is just a great performance from IHC maybe today, so that they can bounce back overall. Because if you still look at it, 80 points is what you need for any of these bottom table teams. 80 points is
True.
what you need to come out on top. Now, 18 points from one single day is very difficult to get. Plus, the other teams will also play. So, you need to make sure that you get at least half of it every day. 40 points every game, because you'll play 4 games each day. 40 points every game will put you in a contention to play the bonus match at the end of the week. And if you can perform it consistently throughout the next week too, throughout week number 3, at that point you would be looking at top 3, top 4.
True.
But that's a very big ask for a team to get 40 points entirely every week. So it's not going to be an easy job. But hey, you had to be consistent from the very beginning, and now this is
Yes.
what it takes for you to come out on top.
Exactly, because if the momentum was captured in the first day itself, and then you were moving forward, even if you had only 8 points every match, you would have found yourselves in a great position. Leave 8, let's talk about 6. It would still put you in a great position, to be very honest. But then again, the consistency has been very haywire. Specifically, the inclusion of Sanhok maps makes it very difficult for any team
Oh,
to go ahead and
yes.
capitalize that. And then the way we keep moving from Miramar to Erangel, and then Erangel to Miramar, it's a lot of change in playstyle that keeps happening, and being able to sustain that consistency becomes slightly difficult. And to top all of it, we keep having shuffles in the groups itself. We keep having shuffles in which group is going to be sitting out which match as well. So it really is very tough for any team to actually
Hmm.
maintain that consistency. But that's the thing, if you don't aim for one single game to go miraculously, but you keep contributing constantly, you are gonna find yourself in a good enough spot. And then if you do have like a miraculous performance in one match, then that's just an added benefit.
Oh, that's definitely an added benefit. So you'll have to keep all these things in mind. Now that's what I want to see today for all of these teams. I'll add 4MV to the list, even though they're on top. The previous 3 days overall, especially Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday were not good. Plus the earlier Sunday, the bonus game. I mean, yes, they still get 20 points. That's on the basis of how they were able to perform the previous 4 days. But their final day was also not very good at all. So they'll have to maybe just come back, capitalize on it. But if we talk about the maps that we will be seeing today, so we'll be starting off with Sanhok. And that's okay, that's a treat to watch, followed by 2 maps of Erangel, then that TDM Marina, and to finish it off, a couple of Miramars as well.
Exactly. And as you said, even 4MV is one of the teams that has to come back up now, because they haven't been performing as well in this particular week.
Hmm.
I would second that, and also say that today is going to be one of the most easy days for them, considering it is one of the days when you have 2 Miramars, 2 Erangels, and a Sanhok. But the one map you are going to be sitting out is going to be
Hmm.
Miramar. And the way 4MB performs on Erangel is much better than the way they perform on Miramar. So I feel like, considering that they have a very good leeway, 2 games consecutively of Erangel, same pace, same way, same formulas, you can keep doing it. Just replicate whatever you're doing one extra time,
Hmm.
and you're good to go. If you begin well, that is. I mean, if you
Uh,
don't start good, then you shouldn't really replicate it. But yeah, I mean, it's one of the best opportunities that 4MV can have in their hands. Even if the first 3 matches go good, they can actually afford to have a leeway on the fourth one, even though they did not start the week well. Because again, in the overall standings, they are doing absolutely fantastic, even yet.
Yeah, overall side. That's the cushion that they sort of created for
Exactly.
themselves. So they're using it. It's all good. I mean, it's all okay if you have one bad week, but you've compensated for it the previous time around. So it's all well and good. But now that lead is already gone because Stalwart also
Yeah.
just picked up the pace and is able to get good number of games in their favor. So yeah, now Stalwart Esports is again another team that you'll have to look out for. Stalwart
Yep.
Esports, that first and second position fight that we were hoping for, that has also begun now because you just let the lead slip away. But yeah, a few bad games does not define a team. So I'd like to see 4MB perform even a little bit better. But the teams I'd like to commend, DEADEYES guys, man, they've shown
Yes.
up. They've shown how they can play. They've shown they can get chickens. They've shown they can play consistently as well. They've been very good in the previous week this time around. At least the previous 2 days.
Absolutely. And I want to commend HVDC.
Oh yes.
This team has been stealing the whole highlight. The way Aero is getting frags after frags, but very seldom do we see his fight. But then again, comes in Sanchir,
Yeah,
going
that's
in
true.
for multiple people at a single point of time and taking all the fights accurately. This guy is literally rocking the tables right now, and it seems like he's gonna be doing great for the team. I am not completely sure if HVDC is gonna be able to make it into top one just yet, because now
Okay.
even Stalwart and 4MV are going to be trying to pick their pace up.
Mhm.
A lot of teams are in the run. DRS is also realizing eventually that they have to come back into the game, and they're trying to claim the first spot for this week. But I do feel like HVDC definitely is showing great potential, and in the third week, they are going to be having a great momentum to themselves if they continue this way.
Yeah, HVDC definitely has been a team, especially Sanchir on the previous 2 days, just coming every game in those
Yeah.
top charts. That was just amazing, man. I mean, I was for a second surprised to see Aero because I did not see a lot of it, but that could be probably his week number 1 performance was very good, and he supplemented it in the first 2 days of week number 2 as well. That's why he got 40 frags and was there in the top charts as well. But yeah, man, Sanchir, he just is on another level. At least on the previous 2 days, he was. Today, we are yet to see any game coming in from the players of Team HVDC. The first game will begin shortly, but we'll all also have to see if that first game is where Team HVDC play or not. But man, Sanchir, he just has been amazing.
Absolutely. And I'm not completely sure about the fact that HVDC is playing the first map or not, but I'm pretty sure SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is.
Oh,
And
okay.
No Fear right now has become one of the persons to fear a lot. And well, we do see HVDC as well. So, alright, we are gonna have them in the pool as well. It's gonna be one where I think King of Spades sits out. And that just makes things slightly easier because recently they've been showing up quite a lot.
Yeah, King of Spades, they're consistent. But that's something they're consistent on the map of Miramar. So this is not the map of Miramar. It will be good for them that they'll be able to play it out on the last 2 games and maybe get some points for themselves. So that's good. Talking about the playing path, there's not really much to talk about because teams can literally drop anywhere considering how small the map is. But still, starting from somewhere around Camp Alpha, going all the way to Bantai, a little bit towards the western part. But the teams, yeah, slowly and steadily dropping in. We will see 4MB going towards their usual drop location, Painan. Raw official, they just are around that Camp Alpha region, just looting the small little compounds. And as soon as they get information that there is no one dropping onto Camp Alpha, they'll just go and loot the city too. So, yeah, all these teams just for now hoping to get the best possible start, but that could not be achieved by the players of Team Leo. They just jump, take a drop clash against that player of Team BIDX CMF, and Knight is very happy to convert the very first blood of the entire game.
Beautifully done by BITX. But in the meanwhile, yes, a sad start for Leo, considering that the last day was really amazing for them. They were finally able to acquire a chicken. Still do not find themselves in top positions yet. They are still struggling on the bottom 5, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, Leo has been explosive recently, and they have been, taken out. One fear factor has been removed already, and now it's just a matter of 3 more to get Leo completely eliminated. In the meanwhile, the area of Paradise Resort seems to be populated by IAWO and NBeSports. And if I'm correct, then Fritz, I think even in spring season, these two teams would always fight it out on Paradise Resort area, and mostly IAWO would face the damage.
Yeah, IAW as a team, they've also not been able to get one chicken at all. But they've been good in gunpowder. The thing that they're struggling is with the survival. So all of these teams are the bottom of the charts now. The problem with them is they go aggressive. You'll see IAWO in multiple games getting 4 or 5 early frags. Like the third zone, when we see this survival chart coming out for ourselves, we'll see like like all of these teams just having 4 frags, IAW having 5 frags, and suddenly after that in the next few seconds they'll start losing players, and them not surviving for a very long period of time or going into the final few zones with just 1 or 2 players, that will just only hamper your overall performance. So the star that you get with 5 frags will only get converted into a good 10 frag or 12 frag game if you have all your 4 players standing till the sixth or the seventh zone. And if you're not able to do that, you'll just keep losing players. So you'll always see these teams having good number of frag points, not that high, not that low, but the position points is where they lack, and that is the entire reason because of which they're on the bottom charts. So I just want all these teams to perform a little bit better if they're able to start off good, like just DEADEYES CMF did. Got 1 frag. The first zone is yet too close. They've started off good. This is what I'll say. They've started off good, but now they'll need to carry all their 4 players towards those final zones.
Well, started off well, but closing it good is gonna be something that I'm slightly, not completely sure of just yet, because a lot of new teams have started showing their name, but a lot of, very promising teams have also yet not started to, show their true colors. I'm still expecting to see more from Mabetex Esports. I would have added the name of DRS, but DRS has recently done well enough for themselves, and it seems like they're gonna be able to manage. But Maptex still putting me on my toes, still making me feel like this is gonna be something I need to wait for to see it happen in action. But yeah, in the meanwhile, NBeSports still trying to avoid IAWO, and with the nades in hand, it seems like Viper is ready to initiate the fight.
Okay, Viper wants to be the first guy who takes contact here. All right. Let's see if NB Sports is ready for this or not. Does he have some nades? Okay, he has a couple of nades and a couple of mollies to work with. If he's able to give that opening to his team, can his team come down over here and maybe provide some sort of support? That's the question, because he alone cannot do that much damage he's hoping for. So he will cook a nade, try to maybe blast off his boy, but will essentially give away his
Oh, that's
position.
it.
All of the nade lands perfectly. And now this battle has started. But now the cover is very important. This is what I was talking about. Now is where you need the backup. Viper gets another knock. Sekojin, he will be able to trade it out and get that confirmation. I8 to start once again, but they again lose the player.
This was not a fight worth losing a player on. This could have been avoided. This could have been very well avoided. The rest of the team, if arrived at this location in right time, it could have been managed. But yes, they are definitely able to convert this into their favor overall by making sure that NB Esports does not survive. However, NB Esports, by making sure that they had confirmed Viper's elimination, have acquired themselves good enough, stage by making it an advantageous fight, but they could not hang on to it and became the first team to be taken out with one single point in the bags.
Yeah, NBeSports, they just went out, but made sure that they're able to take down one of the players of IAW. Now, yeah, yes, they've got 4. This is exactly what I was talking about. They'll get one more somewhere around here, but with 3 players, they'll lose another player while they will be trying to rotate, and that's it. With 2 players, how much can you even do? So, this is the bleeding you need to stop for IAW. Maybe just be a little bit a little bit concerned about your life, Viper, because as soon as he got that nade knock, he knew that all the 4 players are in 4 different compounds, so he just could have stuck his ground till his teammates came and provided the support. The second knock was great and all, but if the second knock did not come, I'd say IAW could have been in a difficult spot then. So it was a very 50-50 sort of a battle. He won it out, essentially giving his team the entire advantage that they needed. Meanwhile, we also have another player of team Leo being eliminated. So one by one, Leo Esports also falling in terms of number.
Leo Esports. with this kind of numbers will definitely have a hard time going forward. I feel like same is going to be said about Mabetex and HVDC as well. Both these teams in a fight having a third party situation onto them are going to be suffering quite a lot of damage before they're able to move forward. Right now the only two teams that have no other attention attracted towards themselves are going to be 4MV and Mabetex, but I don't think this is going to be a situation that lasts for long, because Stalwart will still have the option of deviating towards 4MV and having a third party joyous ride about there. However, JMEX still is in the vicinity, but then again is one of the teams that does not initiate any fights on its own. So I don't think they're going to be a problem.
Yeah, HVDC though, this is the fight we were looking for. Mabetex and HVDC, both these teams have been reduced to less number of players, but finally that nade lands and is able to take down
Oh,
Aero.
wow.
Leo will be revived, but the problem is Mabetex have already lost 2 players, and the last remaining player of HVDC, Ryuk, he is trying to come in, maybe get a counter knock and then go for the revivals. The molly has been thrown in, the push is already started, and Jiro with the S12K will make sure that HVDC is eliminated out of this game.
We had high expectations for the team, but now the jinx is real. The caster curse is real. It takes them down so quickly into the game. In the meanwhile, though, IHC not surviving for a really long time either. Stronger Fake love trying to get a stronger head start in front of IHC, making sure that the players are not only knocked but also eliminated and confirmed into frag points. Now, all you are is a number on the board for IHC. This is not a great start, and T2K also having a joyous ride onto that particular meal. But in the meanwhile, 4MV has acquired a couple of numbers for themselves. They were able to knock a few players from the side of BITX, and also one of their nades somehow landed between Mabetex and HVDC as well, which was unexpected, but it happened. But yeah, now it seems like 4MV is not going to be completely eliminating either of the teams that they were fighting against. So they are not going to be as strong on the elimination numbers, which seems contradictory to what they are used to of doing.
Yeah, meanwhile, IAWO, they attacked onto the players of Team ASL as well. And now it's only Assassin, I think, who is surviving for ASL. And I didn't exactly know where he is. The DBS will go give the 2 boops, and ASL will also take an early exit. IAWO, they started off great. 8 frags to their name. Still have all their 3 players surviving. They're looking to close this game on a positive note, maybe. So, second zone is also with them. Third zone, we'll have to have a look at it if the third zone goes in their favor or not. But this is a start that you would like to see for a team who's on the bottom charts. Get good frags. Be maybe in the top 6, top 7 should be their motive now. And let's see IAWO if they're able to achieve it.
Chicken or not, I feel like I did their job. They have definitely acquired good enough points to sustain their position, and everything after this is gonna be just adding to boosting them up on their overall leaderboard. In the meanwhile, talking about Stalwart Esports, a fight they have initiated with JMEX is gonna result into a third party opportunity for Yetauta. Now, this guy, even though Leo has only one player surviving, you know how dangerous Yetauta is. So, definitely giving him any opportunity to actually prey on you is gonna be a mistake. So, Stalwart has to be pretty careful of how they conceal themselves currently, because Sanhok again is one of those maps where you can literally find bullets coming at you from anywhere at all. Meanwhile, if you talk about the positioning of 4MV, they are following bad intentions still, while Mabetex survives to their right. And in this situation, it seems like soon enough 4MV is gonna be able to participate in a fight against their biggest rivals on the board, that is Stalwart Esports.
Yeah, Stalwart Esports. Now, I did see Stalwart getting one of the knocks in the kill feed, but probably they have not been able to convert it till now. So, even though they were in a good spot for now, they have to be a little bit more silent. Now we on illuminate now. Let's see. Do they go for the water rotation? It's always risky to rotate through water, but yeah, Vadu is like it's okay. I anyways need to cross the river. Through the bridge would be a little bit difficult considering we are just 3 players surviving in this game. So it's okay for me to take a risk, and it's all right unless and until he gets spotted down. So let's see if someone spots Vadu down or not.
But
Action
what's
though around the
funny,
shore. Uh-huh.
yeah, What's funny is that they don't even need to cross the bridge. The circle is literally on their island. I have no idea why Vadu is entering water right now. Boot camp is the center of the circle right now. Yes, a few areas from other islands are also included, but considering that boot camp is the central area, the major part is from the biggest main island. They did not have to enter water at all to begin with. They could have actually rotated from near Paradise Resort. They would have to face stronger fake love, but that's about it. I mean, I do not support this choice of trying to enter water for no reason, and it's gonna be costly.
I just saw Galzin exiting a vehicle and getting knocked out because he did not stop it entirely. And because of it, the rotation has been now completely just taken away. Both the players are just surviving around the ground area. Now 4MV, they are trying to cross over here to take this fight against the players of Team DEADEYES CMF. Although Knight comes in with the support from far away and has been able to knock down Apex. Now Jax wants to get that confirmation very early. Is there some support from 4MV? That's the biggest question. No, there isn't, because Knight is able to confirm that frag, and now 4MV left with just 3.
Well, with 3, it's not going to be as difficult to fight off against BITX just yet, because they too are surviving on only 3. But going forward is going to be super dangerous. Considering 4MV only has 2 frag points to their names so far, I do not like the way this is turning around. And one more knock comes in. I think Doc is in danger as well. So that's going to be another casualty that 4MV might have to face. But this game definitely seems like it's been slipping out of 4MV's grip slowly and steadily.
Ooh, 4MV. They've lost quite a few players. Now it's all down to the only player I think is across the river. So for him to come back, maybe get those revivals is not going to be possible at all, considering Mabetex also is taking a little bit of an interest. The counter knock from East is there. It's good and all. But if you get Doc back up, the smokes, they will last for a few more seconds and Doc will be able to get back into action. Plus, he has a ghillie suit as well. So spotting him down in this long grass, if he's able to survive, won't be easy for most of these teams. And even though BITX CMF have been able to reset, they're not forcing the fight. They know that there's a third party. They're playing it out smart.
Well, beautiful gameplay from these teams. Actually, still trying to get as many frags as possible, because they do both realize winning with only 2 players is not gonna be an easy opportunity, and making sure that you get as many frags as possible is one way to get out of here. Doc with that ghillie suit definitely will have some pseudo cover to himself. Will be hard to spot, and East 2 has revived, is in a good enough position to go forward with the fights as of now, but it's still gonna be a completely secure one. Not gonna invest into another, but wait a second. JMEX for once starting a battle by themselves. Beautiful.
JMEX also are left with what? Just 2 players over here. So third party is the only way that they'll be able to get some frags, and Doc will be taken down because of the third party. So 4MV, another bad game for them. Another bad game with just 2 points are eliminated on the 11th spot. And this is what I was talking about for IA2. It is exactly stage number 4 and the entire team has been taken away. So those 8 points just remain 8 because you're not able to supplement them with any position points.
Yep, because position points start at 8th rank and you have been taken down at the 10th itself. Now, unless Stalwart gets eliminated next, Stalwart is gonna be able to close in more of the gap. So let's see if Stalwart is gonna be in a position to topple 4MV just yet, because these barrage of nades definitely looks like it's gonna be damaging. One more player taken down. Now it's 2 remaining. Both of them knocked. Only 1 player alive from the side of Stalwart, and it doesn't seem like either of these are gonna have the revival that they're looking for. Tops in the fight, losing HP, getting marched upon, completely shut it down. And now look at that. With 9th rank, Stalwart and 4MV both close the game at the same exact points. So now the difference still continues to be 6 in total.
Yeah, 4MV will take a sigh of relief. That
Yep.
at least this is not the game where we lose the lead. Although Mabetex, for a second, I thought they just were completely eliminated, but they still survive. And already at 6 defeat points, have been able to get themselves to top 18 at the same time as well. So this is looking like a good game for the side of Team Mabetex, considering Volley and Desert were not a part of the game for a very long period of time. The 7th one will also be secured by Jiro, and he's hunting for the fish. 90 degree now. He is still inside water. At some point or the other, he'll have to show his face. And that's exactly when Mabetex will try to take some shots.
This game seems very much like it's gonna be a SKYLIGHTZ Gaming game. They definitely seem to be one of the most promising team right now on the boards. And I'm waiting for the producer to ask us for predictions because this one is
The time is
definitely gonna
gone.
be right.
Nah, the time is already gone. But which team would have you predicted?
I would have predicted SKYLIGHTZ Gaming.
Center of the zone, huh? Nice.
They're not
Good
really
job.
at the center exactly, but yeah, they're at least in zone. They're
Which
in
is the
the
team?
major area of the zone.
Which is a STFL, right? I would have gone with STFL because they
Uh-huh.
are the ones who wouldn't have to fight it out. Because SKYLIGHTZ will essentially face a battle with the players of Team Mabetex. But
But Mabetex survives with
STFL,
only two.
yeah, but the third part, it's enough for them to get one knock. So just one knock is what you need on that particular team for STFL or maybe even Raw to capitalize on. So I mean, two players together could essentially get one knock. We'll just have to wait and watch. But right now, some nades are being tossed out. Galzane, not a fun spot to be in. Subjected to both the nades, although does not get taken down somehow, still survives. Although this follow-up nades, this is also very far away. So unless and until Galzane decides himself to come out of that particular island that has been created, I don't see a way for Mabetex to eliminate him unless they're able to land a very good nade onto him.
Well, we'll see how accurate the nades are gonna be. Again, the circle shifts all the way to south. It's a hard shift, but it's still not very far away from the players surviving in. So it's gonna be easy to move forward. But yeah, I feel like boot camp is definitely gonna be the most happening, point of the map right now. But let's see. Soon enough, we'll know where we are gonna be moving towards. As of now, it seems like the fight between Raw officials and BITX is looking like an invitation chart for Mabetex.
No, VIDX, he's just underwater degree. Just wants to survive, nothing else. It's Raw who need to make a move over here. How do they get towards the other part of the map? Because yeah, you guys have 10 frags, that's great and all. But you're not inside the zone and you cannot fight through water. So those are the two things that I'm really concerned about for the players of Team Raw Esports, and that's what they do. They just throw their vehicle in the water, hoping so that when they swim up, they get some free space that they will. So Raw, even they are able to make the most out of a bad situation over here.
Absolutely love the game coming in from the side of Raw. They are going to be able to make it onto the next shore. However, it's not going to be easy. The moment they climb back up, it's going to be a fight that gets initiated from either Stronger FAKELOVE or SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. And look at that. Your prediction taking some damage, and so is mine. There's trades coming in constantly, but so far it seems like SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is going to be the one in the beneficial side of it. The revival is coming in on Nima as well, and Stronger FAKELOVE still not able to go ahead and pick up the players.
The zone is with SKYLIGHTZ. That's a bummer for the side of team STFL. They're losing player one after the other, and the final one will also be just completely taken down. And guess what? No Fear just did a 1v4. Although not entirely
does.
because damage was dealt by the team as well, but it is No
Yeah.
Fear who gets all the 4 frags. So great job done by No Fear.
So we make it a 54. I think he was at 50 the last time we saw the top
Yeah.
players.
Mhm.
I mean, this guy is skyrocketing through the numbers when it comes to individual brilliance. But the team definitely still has quite a way to go. Now, if SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is able to acquire this chicken, I think we might still see 4MB topple and SKYLIGHTZ come on top because they were consistent all through. They have been doing a great job in this. And if not this, then maybe one more good game and SKYLIGHTZ might be able to make changes across the table. But yeah, as of now, looking like the most promising team on board. They are trying to participate into the fights, but I think they should wait slightly a little bit
Mafia
just
Ninja?
to make sure that Raw officials does not have all of them online.
Now, I did not understand the move from Mafia Ninja getting so ahead of his team. Probably try to create some space or maybe some knocks onto the player of Raw Esports so that they're able to make the most out of the situation. But hey, let's say it's a difficult thing to do considering Raw are completely split amongst themselves. Mabetex still survive with one player. But let's see for how long. 4 meters is the number that Sky has to get in. Shots are being taken from the players of Team SKYLIGHTZ from far away. And it is their zone too. So this is looking like a difficult game for the players of Team Raw as well. Mafia Ninja with a nade. Nima from behind. Both the players chime in at the right time and are able to essentially take down the whole squad of Raw Official.
Well, it seems like Raw Official right now is not looking good at all, and with Mabetex being the last surviving in a 1v4 situation, it's done for. Zero is just gonna get taken down, and there it is, a very well deserved victory for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming with the last shots coming from Mr. Boro, sealing the fate of the team into a great chicken dinner. Beautifully done by the team.
Good number of frags too. I mean, decent, I'd say. Boot camp was the city that you had to drop in or maybe just hold in. SKYLIGHTZ, they just do it perfectly and essentially are able to get that winner chicken dinner with 7 elimination points and a total of 17 points. SKYLIGHTZ are your winners.
Make it clap.
Hello and welcome back everyone to PMPL South Asia Fall Season 2023. I'm your host Ahana and with me on desk is Fritz. Fritz, we are hoping to see SKYLIGHTZ topple a few numbers now because they have been consistently delivering great performance, but they're still on overall rank number 3. It's not gonna be many matches before they're able to swap that, but how hopeful you are that it will happen by the end of today?
Well, I mean, Stalwarts and 4MV are yet to perform, so SKYLIGHTZ, this has been their sort of way of performing good early on. Momentum is something they cannot build on. So after this, you'll see them getting 8-9 points every game, but getting another good double-digit game is something that I'd look forward to from the side of Team SKYLIGHTZ. Plus, this game is also not that high of a number in terms of points. It did not yield them like 20-25 points. It's just 17, 7 frags. I'd say that's not enough. If you have all your 4 players surviving, it's not enough. But it's better than just try to find frags everywhere and give your life away and not be able to get even those 17 points. So they played it safe, no doubt. But that's basically what this map of Sanhok wants you to play safe, because going and trying to get every other frag is not possible considering how small this map is and how many third parties can happen at the same time.
Absolutely. However, the biggest number of eliminations on board is going to be 5 by 0 from Mabetex Esports. Well done by the guy. He has outperformed himself on every single occasion, and it seems like his average is going to fall super short against his numbers. But yeah, 5 for 0 and then 4 for No Fear Sky and Jiggle each, while Prabin has taken only 2, but the damage is good enough. He has 468 equivalent to Sky.
Yeah, these are the top players, and now we are getting 4 more is something good for SKYLIGHTZ. Raw having 3 representatives overall. So Praveen with 2, as you said, Jiggle and Sky with all 4. It's a good game for Raw, considering they got 10 eliminations. So
Yep.
even though they got eliminated pretty early on, 10 points is not a bad game.
That's true. That's true. But I don't think it was very early either. I mean, I think they were the third
spot, I
team.
think.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
15
okay.
total at least. And
I
that's
got
at
confused
least.
between IAWO and Raw.
No, yeah. IAW also had 10 eliminations to themselves, but then they did not make any placement points at all. But yeah, Giro capitalizing on highest damage, highest assists, and highest eliminations, getting followed by Mafia Ninja for highest healing done. Chiro has been performing quite good today in this particular match, and still Mabetex is not anywhere to be seen on the better side of it.
That's true. Although, let's have a look at how many points the other teams got, except for the players of Team SKYLIGHTZ, because that's the only ones we saw. So, Raw will be up top, considering they got 12 elimination points and ended up second overall, 17 points to their name too. Mabetex following them with 14, so that's a good recovery. And we won't eliminate. 8 points. Hey,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
great. But the position points is still 0. So
Yep.
they need to work on this. They really need to work on this.
They're losing players very early on, and I feel I saw similar thing happen for one more team during one particular fight towards the um I forget the name of the place. But yeah, I mean, we were talking about it during the game itself that this is a fight where you shouldn't be aggressing like this. I guess it was IWO itself. And yeah, then there was no follow up. But yeah, against NBeSports. So that definitely put things into changes. But one thing that does not change at all is ASL. I don't know
Oh.
if domination should be a part of their name. It should become denominator. They're literally zeros for a really long time. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that there's nothing good that can happen for this team, but I'm definitely saying there's nothing good that they have done so far.
That's true. ASL. They've been given good spots. I still remember that map of Miramar where they had all 4 players surviving and the opponents were like 2-1-1, something like that.
Yep.
And they still were
Managed
somehow
to
not able
lose.
to convert the game.
Yep.
And not even top 3. They got ended on what, 4th or 5th spot, trying to take I'd say a very useless fight against the players of, I believe, NBeSports it was, who ended up 2nd overall after Stalwarts. So that was the game where I completely lost hope for ASL. They probably have to just make some sort of a miracle run over here if they want to make it to the grand finals. Other than that, one team, if you ask me, that might not be able to make it to the grand finals even before week number 2 ends, I'd say ASL.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think ASL has any opportunity going forward because there is no miracle that I see being pulled off
Mhm.
which would literally put you in top 12 after the kind of performance you've already had.
Yeah, of
I
course.
mean, not only are you having bad gunfights, bad strategies, bad positionings, you're
Hmm.
also in such a bad confidence right now that you cannot go forward with that. Like when you are trying to take a fight, you have to depend a lot on your decisiveness. You have to depend a lot on, like, let's say one person is fighting two, they have to instantly think which one to deal with first and which one to look at second. If you're in this bad of a confidence zone, I don't think you have the right ability to make the decision and even to stick to the decision. You would be second guessing yourself all through. So I don't think ASL has any shot at all. But nice try. They had one victory overall, which was in TDM. So kudos. But then they've been eliminated from there as well. So I don't know.
ASL, they've been having a very linear sort of a run which has just gone down. So ASL, they probably can still play spoil sport for the other teams. That's the one thing that they can do. Try to maybe get some eliminations. Maybe take down one of the players of 4MV or Stalwart Esports early on in the game. That's what they can do.
If
Or
only they could
probably
eliminate a player.
that has been a problem. So yes, ASL, they really need to maybe figure because there's still time, right? They played one game today.
True.
There are 3 more games for today, 2 more days after that, then 4 more. There are days. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Get 100 points, maybe 50 to be sure about you getting into the grand finals. But then getting into the grand finals without having any bonus points is also something that you'll have to deal with. So you'll get basically what, 3 days, 15 games to cover up all that lead if you still hope to be the victors. So yeah, ASL, this is looking very very difficult for them. Almost pretty much over at the same time too, if they just continue with the same performance. But yeah, let's see if they're able to do something else in this map of next coming Erangel. Now, my personal favorite. This map is my personal favorite. I just love the map of Erangel. Love the way this map has been made. Maybe after Livik, but I also need to see a little bit more games of Livik because it's just a 15-minute game. This provokes fights altogether, plus also has terrain from every other map. That seems to be a very fun map, but we've only seen one of it, so I'll still hold my judgment on that. But yeah, Erangel definitely still my favorite map. It is Group D who will be sitting it out, so probably who was 4th? I don't even remember now the overall standings of week number 1. But the Group D entirely will be sitting this game out, so they won't be able to play one map of Erangel. But the other teams, 4MV is in Group A, so they
Yep.
will be playing this map over here. Then definitely military base is a place that will be occupied. Stalwart Esports as well, or maybe Stalwarts is out. We'll have to see. If Stalwarts is there, they'll probably go to maybe Nova Repnoy or Query. But
Stalwarts
other than
is
that,
out,
we'd like
yeah.
to see. Yeah, okay. So that particular spot is empty. So basically, Nova Repnoy is empty. Gatka Split is a little bit empty, but then Gatka Split also has another team dropping over there. So there are a lot of permutations and combinations that all the teams will have to take into consideration. Also, one of these times when Stalwart was not playing a map of Erangel, I saw DRS try to take advantage of it, dropping in nowhere up noise. So things like that could really happen today too.
Absolutely, and DRS is playing right now alongside Mabetex, Stronger FAKELOVE, and Seal being in their group, which is
Okay.
Group E, if I'm not wrong. So yeah,
Mhm.
they are going to be participating into this particular Erangel, and from here, they might try to get in the way of 4MB, because they, even though weren't able to make it into a good position in the first week, are looking very promising and very ambitious in the second week, and most
Mhm.
probably will try to take up early fights with 4MB to try and shorten the lead again. However, soon enough, this is gonna be a different team. You won't be looking for 4MB anymore in a couple of games. You'll be looking for Stalwart or for SKYLIGHTZ, because very soon 4MB is gonna get toppled, and I'm confident of that, because this team is taking game way too casually right now, and I don't feel the kind of confidence in them anymore as I did at the beginning of the week. But yeah, with 4MB, HVDC, SKYLIGHTZ, and also DRS being in here, I feel like I've already picked the names that can have a shot in this game.
Okay, let's see. If we talk about the plane path, I already see Georgia Pole over here, so it's probably going from Georgia Pole to somewhere near Lipovka, I believe. We'll have that confirmation once we have the mini map on our screens. But it's a good plane path for all the teams up north. So it's correctly heading on Lipovka. Wow, great geography. But yeah, for all these teams, they usually dropped around military base 4MB. Tough rotation, but they'll still go there. So never mind.
4MV is very rigid onto going to military base. Let's see if they're gonna change it. I don't think they are. They're definitely gonna try to go ahead and acquire vehicles and just rotate onto military base. Hopefully, if the circle supports them, they are gonna be making the right choice. But if the circle goes all the way north, maybe like have Stolber and Kamishki, or maybe Severny and shooting range into it, it's gonna be difficult for 4MV to make it back. But let's see what the team has in plans. As of now, Seal is very close to the 4MV players, and that's going to be a risky move for Seal to go ahead with. But then again, 4MV being one of those rigid teams that always drops on one particular position, might not know how to make the best of a different loot location, and might not have the right weapons to take a fight with Seal just yet if the fight begins at the moment they drop. However, the one fight that already began is between King of Spades and IAWO. Look at the way King of Spades initially itself made the best for themselves. Wadu becomes the first blood to be drawn out of the map, and IAWO losing a player in the beginning itself.
Yeah, first blood already drawn. And this is a little bit of an upset for both these teams, considering they had to fight this early on and still have to be careful about where they loot. So the problem of the zone will also start kicking in slowly and steadily. But it seems like that the players of Team IAW and King of Spades, after that first engagement, both of these teams are falling. And even though King of Spades got their very first frag, they're happy. They're happy to just contain maybe this particular area and wait for any more casualties or any more information that gets fed upon them by the players of Team IAW. So yeah, IAWO waiting for now, just hoping to play it out safe, get going with all these three players, and the best decision would be to maybe take a vehicle. That domain, I can already see a buggy south of domain, so domain can just go take that buggy and maybe just run away from this spot.
Staying safe right now is gonna be the biggest thing for King of Spades. IAW keeps making the same mistake over and over, losing players early on. They've already lost a player. This time, I'm not gonna blame them for being actually, the ones to initiate a fight that they knew they could not win. This was all dependent on fate. The player was caught off guard and caught alone. That's a different situation. But still, right now, if King of Spades aggresses for no reason, trying to, capitalize onto the one man advantage that they have, they might be in trouble, because again, you do not want to lose men so early. One, and two, this is an area with way too many compounds. It's very hard to know where exactly a person might be, and even if you know the compound, knowing the room is literally next to impossible, and that leads to a lot of casualty that can happen on your own team. So I would definitely suggest King of Spades not to try doing that. But look at them doing exactly what I suggested not to try doing.
Oh, Viper cooking a nade, wants to toss it perfect. That's a very good nade and will take down Mamba. Even though the knock is there, King of Spades though, that they should be able to contain it essentially, but Faisal gets pushed upon, dropped to very little HP. The pre-fire around the corner wouldn't be enough. And IAWO, even they lost a couple of players, they still are able to make the most out of the situation and put this into contention. It's a 2v2 between both these teams. Let's see who comes out on top.
It's not looking good for King of Spades. Like, I get it, IW was bound to lose a player, but King of Spades was not supposed to. If they're not able to bring both of their players back up by the end of it, okay, they cannot now at all. This was a bad fight for King of Spades. This was one they did not need to aggress in. In the meanwhile, though, talking about the few players that do survive, there's two from the side of King of Spades trying to get onto IW, losing a fight that they were supposed to win and then getting swept off. Now it's Domain alone from the side of IWO, trying to fight it off against King of Spades players. And whether he wins the fight or not, he's definitely done enough damage to the team to not be able to survive further. With the shotgun in hand, has a great chance of actually acquiring better stage onto the fight. Domain taking the last fight on board. King of Spades still trying to march back in. Follow through will confirm the elimination, but Deathstorm now has not much to deal with. Not much to hang on to. Both players on very little HP. Deathstorm, most probably even without medical assistance, is standing there into the fight.
Yeah, Domain also does not have any more first hits to pop. So, King of Spades, even though they had a very good opening duel, a very good opening fight, it boils down to this, I'd say, meaningless 1v1. Because even though, I'd say, even if King of Spades win this out, they get 4 frags, but then the one remaining player cannot do much about in terms of position points. So, what you're looking right now is a stalemate situation. Even though if you win, you essentially lost the entire battle for yourself.
Exactly. These teams are not looking at the bigger picture as of now. See, victory comes to Deathstorm. Fine. Cool. Good enough. But then, is King of Spades gonna be confident enough to leave Deathstorm alone in a situation where they have to survive longer? Because if you remember correctly, my friend Fritz, this is the same guy in this tournament who has naded himself thrice in one single match. And if you add the others, it goes to a number of 5.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. The battle finally ends. And now if we talk about some other teams, they're all rotating. I did not even get a chance to look at the first zone, considering the first battle was so very close between the two teams. Now I already see Stormer inside the zone, and IHC tried to oh, never mind. They were somewhere around Georgia Pole, I believe. So they're starting to get inside the zone. It's probably somewhere around Gatka, the center. And all these teams slowly and steadily moving in. 4MV just got to their drop location now, and they already have to rotate. So it will be a late rotation from them. They might just want to pack as many medkits and as many first aids that they can. And after that, they'll try to rotate. But IHC, yeah, that's a great spot. I mean, take the hill as soon as possible so that you already have information about the rotating teams nearby. That's what they've done. And IHC will have that advantage.
Now, IHC definitely has the advantage, but they do gotta be slightly careful of where the zone ends up, because the zone supporting the hills for a really long time actually becomes disadvantageous for the team on the hills itself. Because eventually, sometimes the zone ends up with ruins in the center, and then once it starts closing and getting down from those hills becomes very difficult. I think IHC is pretty aware of that fact, and that is the reason one of the players has already started trying to scout out. And once the scouting is done, they might be getting down from the hills and relocating into a better place. Even though, as of now, in the first circle, it seems to be the most optimal spot. I assume that they do want to make sure they have an insurance policy, a backup plan to go forward with. Seal making their way into quarry completely alone, no disturbances at all. This team is gonna have an easy, smooth transition into the circle, and I think the same can be said about 4MV until they decide to move across the bridge, which is not something that they're gonna be pushed to do right now, because still a little bit of area of the military base is inside the circle.
JMEX right now around Gatka. Just chilling out maybe. No early fights to be seen from their team. Although DRS, okay, NBeSports, they just might have some information that there's a team rotating nearby to them. Now, this is a very famous farm compound that usually teams acquire in their mid-rotating phases, where this is used for transition basically. So you'll wait for the stage number 3, you'll just hold this compound because it has cover from every other angle, and there are spots where you can park your vehicle and take no damage on them. So that's what these teams probably are trying to do. Akash, being the only one in Watchtower, probably wants to have more information on the northern part of the map. That's about it for NBeSports. DRS though they did stop in their tracks around these hilly regions, and just maybe getting information on NBeSports, probably from long way away, damage their vehicles if they're parked poorly. That could be one of their objectives. But yeah, for now, none of these teams really cutting each other in terms of rotation, in terms of looting spots. So all of them just sitting and waiting for stage number 3 to appear.
Well, there's definitely patience in that, but we did see IHC start moving in quickly and early because they did have to give up on the hills now that the circle has shifted all the way towards east and has Pochinki almost in the center of it. Now, this one seems like an interesting circle. I would definitely want to see a Pochinki end. But yeah, in the meanwhile, we do see D Venom acquiring a great spot inside the circle and DRS trying to approach them. Meanwhile, HVDC also in a very close proximity to actually go ahead and capitalize onto that position. But the one fight that is about to happen and waiting to happen is going to be between NB Esports and DRS. Let's see if one of these teams is going to be initiating the fight on their own, and if the initiating team is going to be the one that is able to close it off as well.
Yeah, SKYLIGHTZ on the other hand, they are in a battle with STFL. IHC are in the battle with STFL. So a lot of third parties happening too. Dobu gets a knock onto Nima, but now Refus is the one who's trying to toss some mollies into the compound of IHC. The good thing for IHC, they just use the basement to get those revivals. And suddenly, Refus in this DBS battle is still able to win it out. Godless whipping a lot of his shots, and Refus making the most out of it. Has an aid in his hand, wants to cook it properly, but then again, these players in basement won't be affected by this nade.
Well, basement is absolutely one of the most, unique places to survive in right now, considering that being there saves you from a lot of outer projectiles. But once you move in, there's definitely a lot of information that can be capitalized on. That's exactly what is happening from the side of Refus right now. Started off, cleaned the first floor, knew there is nobody here, started moving down, got 2 frags for himself.
But IHC, they will be completely eliminated. But now SKYLIGHTZ is going in for a third party. And STFL, they will also bite the dust.
Well, STFL getting taken down now gives the stage to SKYLIGHTZ Gaming with 4 frags and no losses of men at all. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming looking good for another one. However, they're very far away from the circle as of now. I mean, not the farthest, but still, according to the positioning of the current teams, it seems like they're gonna be the ones having to travel the most distance. But yeah, not gonna be something that bothers them enough because it's still just, I think, 500 meters? I don't know. But yeah, as of now, if you talk about who has the best chances of winning this one, I'm gonna go with SKYLIGHTZ Gaming because I just think their momentum is gonna be carried forward.
SKYLIGHTZ, I'd say Raw Esports coming in from the other side of the map because they, or not even Raw, I'd say DEADEYES guys, because they might just be in a battle around school, but they should be able to win it out. So DEADEYES guys is what I'll go with. But right now, Seal and 4MV are in a battle, and we already see Fearless down on the ground. Soulless is left with very little HP to work with. And 4MV is also getting those revival. Beast with a nade. Will he be able to toss it perfectly? Just puts in his backpack and wants to take this fight head on. The S12K is out. He's forced to a single tree and 4MV we've lost 2 in the process. Now Ace could be the third one to fall. The nade goes out with a shotgun from Scooby. Will do the job. And Scooby will eliminate the entire squad of 4MV. Just goes in, shotgun blazing, and gets the job done.
Well, 4MB is gonna be embracing their early demise right now, right under poaching key. But now in the poaching key region itself, a great area is being held by NBeSports. And considering no other team is approaching the area, Seal will have enough time to go ahead and completely reset themselves. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, in the meanwhile, though losing one player completely for no reason at all. Why was there no support coming in from the side of Mafia Ninja? Should have at least taken care of that one single player who was in the way. But no. All they wanna do is rain on my parade. JMEX beating SKYLIGHTZ Gaming? Who imagined that?
Yeah, well, that is what has happened over here. That too with a run over frag. So, the most unexpected things happening in this map of Erangel. Now, frag though, look at this. Nobody has a Car 98. Or is it that new sniper rifle that I don't know the name of? But, bold actions, count me in. I just would like to see some shots being hit. SKYLIGHTZ though, still they have a compound to their name around this city of ruins. With 3 players, it'll be a little bit difficult moving forward in this game now.
I think it's only two. Yeah, it's only two players for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, and I don't think they even should be moving forward now, considering they gave two of their frags literally for free. It wasn't required, it wasn't needed. They were already inside the circle. They did not have to go towards JMEX area at all, to be very honest. That area is literally completely empty and barren, does not have anything to support you. I have no idea why the team was trying to go there. And even in that, they were going in a 2-2 split, and the first two both got eliminated in such a fashion that I have literally no words to comment on. I mean, I remember how you used to say sometimes teams literally pull up kind of games that look like throws. Yeah, this was one of those. This was one of those.
Yeah, meanwhile, Seal is also not in a very comfortable spot. Scooby, he has been knocked out and it's such a far away distance. The revival is not possible considering the 4th zone has already started. So Seal will have to just continue with the remaining 2 players surviving. Soulless and Kirito. Because Fearless is already down, Scooby is knocked out, and Scooby is not getting a revival. Even though they were able to eliminate the players of 4MV, they're not able to make the most out of this particular situation, and now just have to rotate inside the zone, hoping they find a place. For now, they should. I mean, there is not anyone nearby unless they just run into one of these players. But meanwhile, DEADEYES guys are just getting pushed in by the players of DE Venom. Now, the push comes in. You already see Domi over here, but the first knock has been achieved. Precious from far away gives some backup. Although Krix is in a battle and there's a nade but won't land. And Krita, he was taken down. But DE Venom still invading the compound. Domi is down on the ground. DE Venom, let's see how they want to play it out. Rambo being naded right now. The damage has been dealt. The follow-up nade might just be enough if it lands perfectly. But under the stairs they go. They just want to survive. And Caesar right now just holding, hoping for some backup to arrive. Some Moon is being tossed in. Rambo and Riley, both of them playing together. Sasek though from far away gets third party from NBeSports. Now Shifu and Precious are in a battle of their lifetime and they will be able to win it out. So DEADEYES guys, they do lose one of the players, but at least are able to eliminate the whole squad, but now have to deal with this third party against Team NBeSports.
Venom DE, even though gets taken down at the 11th position, has no frag points to the name, so will be standing at 16th rank in total in this particular match. But yeah, in the meanwhile, NBeSports trying to make changes into the overall situation by using the nades, all on the wrong floor, by the way, but still finally trying to go on the right exact position for the nades, but it is not going to be converting just yet because first of all it's a 2-1 split from the side of DEADEYES guys, and second of all there's literally only Precious Sir in front of NBeSports, and being able to find one single player is going to be pretty hard considering the range that's there. But in the meanwhile, Shifu Sir will definitely get taken down, and Mabetex Esports with a third party benefit for themselves rolling in.
Mabetex took down Bondo, but I think the players of NBeSports know that they'll have to maybe close this battle. The smoke is really good over here. Fistboy taking some damage, but gets the counter knock onto Sasexer. Even though there was an off angle, Fistboy is doing the heavy lifting. He's all alone because once again there's another 4th team interested in this compound, and that is the squad of Mabetex.
Well, Mabetex is in a lot of trouble. But will they be able to make the best for themselves, considering these two teams already are running on low HPs, on bad situations, on bad conditions? Will they be converted into just dead bodies overall? DE losing players one after
They're
the
gone.
other. Great position for the side of Sekujin. Finds himself a entry. Cleaned D Venom out. Cleaned DEADEYES guys out completely. But now, Mabetex versus NB, we know what the result is gonna be. Mabetex wins this.
Sekujin and Akaz. It's sort of a little crossfire, but Mabetex will have an idea about this. Plus, DRS is also just getting third party. Delta goes down. Nima, though, just takes, I'd say, a little bit of a revenge to what the players of JMEX did to them. But HUDC coming with the fifth party onto Mabetex. Okay. I just cannot understand how many fights this squad house is going to see, but it's a lot. It's a lot of fights are just happening around here, and the only ones who successfully maybe defended are the players of Team NBeSports.
Well, as of now, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming losing another, and NBeSports in the same boat. Alongside DRS, all three teams taking casualties on themselves. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming player not even in the ability to be revived anymore, and SKYLIGHTZ gets taken down at the 8th rank with 6 total points, 5 for elimination and 1 for placement. All that's left is top 7, and out of them, on the verge of extinction, are JMEX and NBeSports. Both gonna be taken down as soon as the opportunity hits. But NBeSports, with those 6 frags already online, might not find themselves to be as sad as one would expect.
Yeah, that's the elimination of our cars, and Mabetex will be able to find all the frags that they needed. They've lost one of the players, which will be a concern. But let's see moving forward how do they just try to ignore it and maybe give the best possible performance. Desert, on the other hand, is able to take down one of the players of Team Raw. Raw Esports have already lost one somehow in midst of all of these battles. They lost one player entirely, and the second one is knocked out. So Raw also have to be a little bit careful considering how do they want to play this game out. The only team with all the 4 players surviving is BITX CMF. Now that is a surprise to me.
Yeah, but they're not going to be the ones winning. I think Mabetex will seize this game. But yeah, let's see how this goes. As of now, the circle definitely does not have the greatest position for BITX, because where they are, they do have close proximity to HVDC, and we know how HVDC has been in recent days. Plus, they are trying to approach the fight on their own for no reason. We'll figure out. But yeah, I feel like my money is gonna be with Mabetex. Even though they have only 3 players, they have good number of frags, and they will be able to topple things around. Has been a promising team for a while. And well, HVDC, JMEX, and SEAL, these 3 teams are definitely getting taken down soon as possible because they only have 2 men each. Raw Esports, however, can get a great opportunity for themselves.
Yeah, let's see. Nobody though has been spotted on by I think Kirito and has taken a lot of damage onto himself, but it will be Sky from Raw who will manage that knock. Now even the other player gets taken down because of a vehicle burst, and Sky entirely eliminating the squad of team JMEX. That's another team down. We are out of the top 5 teams, and the zone surprisingly is in such a spot that's entirely open. So all the teams will have to converge at one single point, and now if you have bigger vehicles, the better the cover will be. And BIDX CMF, they have advantage of an entire player over here. But let's see how do they use it, because I've seen BIDX CMF choke situations like these. I just want them to perform the best possible way that they can. Degree is just tossing the smoke here and there. Meanwhile, Sunshine gets taken down from a third party. Did not take into consideration that the players of Team Seal are also nearby, and loses his life.
Well, in this current situation, it seems like you are going to be regretting changing your decision. In the meanwhile, HVDC gets taken by the throat. Sanchir will get eliminated as well, leaving us with the top 4 soon enough, because I don't think there's going to be much time for survival for HVDC. In the meanwhile, though, BITX losing a player, as I said in the beginning itself, even with the greatest numbers of players on board, I don't think this team is going to make it into the victory zone, and so it seems to be. In the meanwhile, though, Seal losing a player as well, making it a one-man standing army. even though revival can happen and has happened, makes it 2. Seal does not seem to have the best position in the map. They're all the way towards west, while all the players from other teams seem to be trying to march in towards east slightly.
Ooh, desert has already been spotted down. And Raw Esports, they're trying to maybe toss some. Oh, never mind. I thought they knew that desert was on the other tree and not the area around vehicle, but it's okay. They still are tossing a few days. They are still doing their due diligence over here, and also have a good ridge to play with. They know that they do not have to watch their 6 because they've already left Sky to do that. And Jiggle also has a DP over here. Now in the final few zones, DP is really accurate. You just need to sit down, relax, and just throw in some short little bursts of this DP to get those knocks. Now Jiro and Desert, these two players of Team Mabetex have been able to represent this team for a very long period of time. They were reduced to just two in the very early stages of the game, in the very early phases of the circles. But now even in top 6, top 5, and into the 7th zone too. Look at this, they're on the edge of the circle. They do not have to move much. Same can be said for the players of Team DEADEYES CMF. So the other teams for sure are in trouble now.
Well, trouble will keep hovering over and over. Trying to fight it off, trying to find a way out is going to be something that these teams are going to struggle with right now. With top 5 teams surviving, it seems like we might see Seal get taken down soon enough. However, the circle is going to be something that they got to be careful of. The zone has taken a central shift, making Seal and HVDC alongside Raw officials slightly fall behind, and it seems like bad intentions might be kissed by the circle soon enough. Mabetex having the most control inside at this particular moment, but having lost another player, do not seem to be on the winning side of it. A very well tossed nade, but no connection, no damage at all soaked in by Mabetex, and that's meaning that Raw officials are going to be losing another utility for no use.
Ooh, Raw. They, for now, are at the edge of the circle. We do see a knock. Oh, that's not a knock. Rogue was all alone. He got spotted down, and that's an entire elimination. Dante from DRS CMF goes down too. Seal is doing a lot of damage, huh? They definitely are proving to be a team to worry about. But finally, Kirito gets taken down. Soulless is in a lot of trouble because the smoke just fades off. And Knight gets a little bit lucky too at the same time. So he gets the frag, gets the job done, and BITX CMF in top 3 will now have to maybe fight against Raw Esports. And suddenly I remember that I predicted Raw first, but took
Exactly.
Deadeye's guys for some reason.
Exactly.
I feel a little bit sad now.
Yep, that's what I said, that you are going to be regretting your decision considering the way the things are going. But yeah, congratulations. This is the second time you've done this to yourself. Once with BITX, this time you were careful enough not to do that, but with Raw as well, you did the same thing. However, let's see how this goes, because as of now, BITX still has 3 players surviving. I don't have any hope with them, but they have players. That's definitely something.
The zone though.
Exactly. The zone, the hope, the skill, everything is falling out of BITX's way as of now. But yeah, Mabetex is going to have a great entry into the zone. All they need to do is survive. They can definitely come into top 2. And then against the fight against BITX, if Raw officials loses any players, Mabetex can capitalize. There's still hope. There's hope for Raw officials. There's hope for Mabetex Esports.
Yeah, and BIT will now be like crazily taken down by both these players. But Raw, they first of all fight with Desert. He was trying to sneak his way inside the zone, which he successfully did. But now has been taken down on the ground. The revival is also not looking very imminent. Plus, even BITX CMF lose a player. Now, how does that happen? It's all out to Dante and 90 degree to do something about the situation. 90 degree just uses his vehicle, moves inside the circle, but now getting paged in from multiple different directions. Malik has to be really careful, goes around the corner, goes around the drop, and is able to finally get that frag confirmation too. And means Mabetex is out of the game. And suddenly, BITX CMF are in trouble. I could have gotten that second prediction correct, but for some reason I put my trust in Deadeye's guys, and Raw Esports, will just prove me wrong and get the chicken dinner for themselves. In a 1v3, a very difficult scenario for Dante. They will fall, and Raw Esports will get the chicken dinner.
Well, A well-awaited victory for Raw Esports. They have been showing up for every single occasion that they can and been still falling short of the dinner. This time they finally make it, and with this WWC E, it's a great position for Raw officials to go forward with. So Raw Esports, a big kudos to the team. With 10 eliminations and 20 total points, they find themselves on 4th overall rank. Absolutely well done.
Make it clap.
Hello and welcome back everyone again into PMPL South Asia Fall Season 2023. I'm your host Anna, and with me on desk is Spades. This keeps happening to you, doesn't it, buddy? You keep picking a team, then you switch around, and the one you switch around to loses everything, and the one you were actually rooting for wins it. But
This
you
time
don't
I
get the
went-
prediction right.
This time I went with the form. I thought that DEADEYES guys are having a good day. They're having a good tournament run. Let's just go with them. Raw Esports, I mean, the circle and the stats were saying Raw might have a good opportunity because they had no fights around them. So that's what I focus on. I focus on a team that can really survive. But then I thought these guys could be also taken far away from a squad house, from a compound, from up top, because they're around the grassy area. Little did I know the zone will just come in the grassy area and they'll be able to survive with all three players and get that chicken. So I almost got the correct prediction, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. You were very far away. I don't care about any other thing unless you get that second
It does
prediction
no.
right.
The last
I
time
don't care about the
the last
prediction.
time you yourself said that it doesn't matter how far you are. It just matters whether your prediction was correct or not. So it really does not matter
Okay.
how far you
Okay.
were. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind
But I like-
getting incorrect prediction, but all the pressure is on you now to get the correct prediction so that you win at least one place in front of me. That's what you said. So we'll have to see if you get that second prediction correct anywhere in the near future.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see soon enough, friends. In the meanwhile, though, looking at the elimination numbers, it seems like Sky is gonna be the MVP for the day with 1021 damage.
Mhm. That's a good number to have over here for Sky. I mean, he did majority of the heavy lifting for Sky for Raw Esports. So great job done by the guy. Jiggle with 2 eliminations to his name. Overall 8 between these two players, and they got 10. That's not a bad number. Mabetex as well, man. With just 2 players, they survived for a very long period of time and they were able to get good frags. So not a bad game at all for Mabetex Esports too.
Absolutely, Mabetex has made their claim right now. Stronger FAKELOVE, however, losing with not the best position, but still finding refuse up here with 3 eliminations and 689 damage. Huge damage. I mean, we're seeing almost 700 plus damage onto Jiggle. It's literally close to 800 with only 2 frags, but then Leo has 5 frags, and it's tiny damage that Leo has been able to secure.
Yeah, well, these days I'd say statistics do not really matter except for eliminations and damage. I'd say assists. Who counts assists? What's the purpose of it? Plus healing. Yeah, well, good for the Ante. He popped 5 and more than 5 first aids, but how does it maybe help us get confidence back up? That could be one of the things, seeing his name in the charts, but it's okay. This is the match summary. This is how the entire game went. But what I'm excited to see is the match standings. So let's see. Raw officials got 20, but how about the other teams? How about the players of Team 4MV? Because this was their game to, run with the lead that they had. Because Stalwart was not present in this game. But
Exactly.
Little did they capitalize on this particular fact.
I don't think they capitalized at all. Let's take a look at the match ranking and find out soon enough, my buddy. Because again, this has been the story for 4MV this day. They have less than 5 points. That much we already know. They're not even on the first page. So sad. But SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, slowly and steadily climbing onto the numbers. 6 more to their name. Definitely going to find themselves in a better position. And overall, it seems like Raw Esports as well will be moving forward. 4MV with 1 single point. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, 4MV made the lead from 6 to 7. But that's about it. So not more than that. But yeah, Stalwart Esports will definitely have a little bit boost in their confidence too because of this. And now them playing the next game of Erangel will definitely make it interesting to see who comes out on top. So this time around it will be Group C who will be sitting it out. And this map of Erangel might just define the table toppers. Not just only in terms of the entire week. I'd say the entire overall standings is what I'm interested to see right now.
Absolutely. And we're soon going to figure out if this is going to be the best situation for these particular teams. But yeah, as you said, Erangel will change a lot of things. Also, it's the third map of the day. So after this, most teams will have played at least 2 matches for the day. And that means we will know for a very clear picture what the situation is going to be at the mid of the tournament, because today is literally the center day of the league phase. And I feel like in this stage, being in a very bad situation in the early half, I mean, teams like IHC,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to have much hope. Teams like ASL, I don't
Okay.
think they're going to have any hope.
Well, it's definitely tough for all these teams down at the bottom. But let's see, Erangel, does it hold something different for us? ASL did not play this game, or were they eliminated early on? I
They
think
were
they did not play
eliminated
the
early
game.
on.
Oh, never
Because
mind.
Stalwart didn't play, and with Stalwart, we have. Wait a second. The names are
Yes.
not in that order. Yeah, so I think ASL didn't play. My bad.
Okay. Yeah. So ASL did not play this game. They could have they could have figured it out over here. How the other teams like to drop.
Sure.
Probably they did it. Probably they did it in the previous week too. But this time around we can hope for better performance. But let's see if that's what they're able to do it or not. But this time around, all these teams ready for this third game of Erangel.
Well, let's see how it goes. This time the plane path supports the south all the way from under Milta Power across Milta. It is gonna be going towards Ferry Pier, and it's a pretty optimal, plane path past Query, ending onto the N bracket. 4MV is gonna have some fun.
Yeah, 4MV is definitely going to have some fun over here because of this drop. Even Stalwart Esports, but do not see them dropping till now. Okay, there we have it. I already see him. So they'll be going around the city of Novorepinoy. One of them does like to take the outside compound, the little compounds that are present outside Novorepinoy. Just because there's a garage, probably you have another extra vehicle early on that really helps you out in your rotations. Could be one of the reasons, but yeah. Solid Esports, 4MB, all both these teams still competing for the top 2 spots. I'd say even another team, Roy Esports is another team that you will have to look out for, plus SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. So all these 4 teams will have to keep an eye out for in this entire game. How do you go towards Georgia Pole? Northern side compounds is still a mystery to me. How do you go to Zaki? Maybe shooting range, Severny is a mystery to me. But I think all these teams would like to drop somewhere around maybe school gut car, take some vehicle, and then rotate their way all the way up north because the zone has gone that way too.
Well, the zone definitely has not supported the southern teams. It is going to be going slightly towards the north, having most of the central region in safe zone. Gonna have even half of Yasnaya Polyana in it. So good situation for most teams. There's still gonna be rotations that are required from 4MV, from Stalwart Esports, from DRS, Venom, Also, I guess even JMEX and Seal will require to move into the circle eventually. But yeah, nothing is too far off. No camping is gonna happen, so it's gonna be an easy peasy situation for most teams to make it into the first circle, unless the northern region gets completely ignored. Unless everyone stays towards the main island and does not go towards the northern island, then it's gonna be highly populated dense area, entering which is gonna be super difficult.
Hmm. Well, early few fights did happen, and as you pointed out, I think IHC lost a player. SKYLIGHTZ have got 1 point. Another good start for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. NBeSports though, uh, would like to see where did they drop, because I think one of the players is outside the zone because of the yellow marker that there is. So that's something I'd like to see. But HVDC for now, yeah, as usual, poaching key, no problem whatsoever. Nobody comes over here to contest them, so they just enjoy free loot that the city has to offer. No problems. So yeah, all these teams are looking good for now.
Well, considering that currently it seems to be a smooth sailing situation, we will have more teams towards the next circles, and that means there will be a more chaotic second half for the game. But yeah, as of now, it seems like even Stalwart is not aggravating a fight, not forcing a battle with 4MV just yet. They have realized they're close enough to topple them, so don't want to take any risks by losing players
Mhm.
just early on. And they also know that 4MV themselves are running on a bad start, so Stalwart does not have to become a hurdle just yet, because 4MV is going to be able to dig their graves on their own and then bury themselves inside it all by themselves. So that's the status of 4MV right now. But yeah, in the meanwhile, Seal definitely has sent the scout out. Soon enough, the information will be collected. They will be moving into the circle. We all know how King of Spades likes to move. They do send Faisal ahead in the beginning itself, trying to scope out the area. But this time, they are trying to stick to Georgopol for a little bit longer and haven't sent Faisal out yet.
Yep, 4MB though, they will have quite a good amount of time to rotate inside the zone, but they're probably happy with what they've got, and they've already started with their rotation. So that's a good thing. Early rotation will definitely give you a good spot, and that's a really cool Dacia. The hood just came back up. I don't know if that's a skin or just the default vehicle, but I really liked it.
Well, absolutely. It's pretty, and it very much reflects the colors of IHC. So we'll see if IHC acquires themselves one. But yeah, as of now, talking about the circle itself, it seems like the teams have not even started to rotate yet. It's the first circle, I get it, but I think it's been more than enough time to be able to acquire the loot you want, and one should start moving in towards the circle. Why challenge the blue at all? Like, you're losing your medical kits for no reason. That's what I feel. Do you agree?
I mean, kinda, because right now IHC, it's you can go for the early rotation, but then the problem is the loot you have. So considering you, as soon as you get in inside the zone, if you have to face a fight, do you have enough utility or gear to win that fight out? This is what I thought when I used to play these competitive games. So if the answer is no blatantly, you just take more time to loot, and then it's only the first circle wouldn't do a lot of damage onto you. But you need to be ready for the battles that are upcoming. So it is better to loot first and then rotate rather than rotating early on and hoping to find some good loot inside the circle. So I always support good loot. Then, but right now, if you look at this, only 2 minutes, and then these circles are very quick as compared to the normal games of Erangel that we usually face in the competitive games. So that thing taken into consideration, you also need to focus on rotations. So it's all on the team, man. How do they feel themselves? Are they confident enough to get inside the zone with less to be able to eliminate an entire team? It's all about the team and the players to figure it out.
Well, let's see if the players are going to be figuring out the right thing at the right time, because currently the team we see on the boards definitely seems to be one of those who hasn't been able to do so. In this game, one last time, I'm going to see if ASL can change things, because after this, I am giving up. I'm giving up on even hoping that they can do anything for this particular tournament. But yeah, with that early domination for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, it seems like they might be having a great run to their hands. And even their position seems to be pretty great. I mean, Yasaya Polera, great position to be at. Soon enough, the circle will shrink in, and we will see if the circle supports Yasaya Polera going forward or not. But as of now, they're in a great positioning.
Leo, though, right now, look at this. Nova has a good angle out of the players of team JMEX. Did throw in a few shots, probably warning shots, just forcing the players of team JMEX to not come into this particular direction. So they just will be holding their ground right now. And yeah, man, Leo Esports, they have taken very early control of Georgia Pole Hill. This usually backfires on you. So if you take Georgia Pole Hill in the first few zones, you tend to get pinched in from multiple different angles into multiple different fights. Unless you're very comfortable with this hold, if you're very comfortable with holding this spot, that only then is it a good decision to take that early control of the Georgia Pole Hill. But let's see if they are good enough to do so or not.
Well, we'll figure out soon enough if Georgia Pole is gonna be one of the hot spots. But yeah, in the meanwhile, T2K has been able to relocate themselves all the way from Siverny going towards shooting range. This team is generally very quick to rotate and very unsuspected while rotating. But then this team also is very bad at actually closing a game. They do survive, they do get some early eliminations, but only a few generally. Not a very huge number, not a very impressive number, but then they never close the game. This time the circle will move in towards the east, and it is looking like Yasnaya Polena is still gonna be in there. Gaming is gonna have a good enough position, and this might be the game where Deadeye's guys also get to make a conversion.
Uh-huh. There is guys though. I mean, the circle is really, really small. I thought this was the second circle, but it has shrinked in quite a bit. And now the confusion comes because you need to figure out where do you want to land for the final few circles. Is it the shooting range island or is it the main island? Now this is a question that we did see the teams had to make earlier in what I think day number 1 of this week, where we did see a zone that literally ended around water itself. So, do we see a similar zone? Do we see a similar game? That is my question over here. Rambo has a scar in his hand, is just trying to rotate away though the players of Team DRS, and D Venom wouldn't have a shot at taking any of these duels against the players of Team DRS.
Exactly. Team DRS will be moving in soon enough, scoping the area. There is definitely a lot of information that rules could have acquired here, but did not. And now D Venom, unaware of the fact that in very close proximity they also find IWO, and that's something that they should be careful of. In the meanwhile, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming approaches them as well.
Yeah, SKYLIGHTZ. Let's see, SKYLIGHTZ. How do they want to maybe take this fight, or maybe are they just trying for a rotation over here? DRS, though, little do they know they're running into the players of Team D Venom. I think Rules just saw the vehicle and is like, yeah, guys, let's just not go over here. But Gyante decided to stop, or maybe just get blasted off the face of the earth. A good nade coming in from Rambo, a perfect nade coming in from Rambo, who will have to get that first knock. And now DRS suddenly are put in a pickle. Gyante has been spotted down. He will be taken care of. Rules also goes down. And DRS, it seems to be, they're in a very, very difficult spot here on.
From this difficult pickle, let's see how DRS is gonna be find their way back out, because it seems like they are on the verge of extinction while Venom DE and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming have a part of their own into the fights. It seems like IWO has a great opportunity but are literally unaware of the feast that is going on right around their periphery. And in the meanwhile, the center of the circle in Rozok still stays acquired by Deadeye's guys.
Mm-hmm. There is, guys. Let's see though. I mean, they do have the center, but the previous time around, they also had the circle, but were not able to convert on it because they just got third party so many times that they were not able to take the fights properly, or I'd say they were not given time to reset, is what happened with them. So is the result the same this time around? That's the biggest question. And I think we are very near to the time predicting as well. So, I mean, I would love to see some more fights happening before I have to predict one team's name. that'll get the chicken dinner. But right now we do see King of Spades. Rick, not the best possible place to park your vehicle, my man. But at least you're able to get the knock this time around, so it wouldn't be a lot of trouble. XOXOX just drops down. Deathstorm is also present over here with the S12K he has, but there's a DBS in front of you. XOXOX, tag down a little bit. The reset needs to come in. The nade as well, reducing the players to very little HP. The DBS also chimes in. And King of Spades, even though they were able to put up a good hold over here, but now are put in a 1v X situation where I think T2K have 2 players surviving.
Well, the survival rate is definitely not looking good enough, and right now with that last few shots, King of Spades will get taken down with T2K still managing to move forward. However, JMEX in the meanwhile taking a fight with IAW and staying on the top part of it. The upper hand stays with JMEX, but it seems like the moment this fight is done, a third party invitation will be taken on to DEADEYES, guys, and they will be able to acquire the best of it. However, in the meanwhile, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming with all fours on board alive is moving in closer and closer to T2K while they fight with IHC.
Oh, that's a good nade, but Turulov does not fall. And his counter nade, I thought it was good enough, but Alex will put in another one, and Rick goes down. Turulov left with very little HP. Rick will burn to the molly as well. Instant elimination achieved by the players of Team IHC. And it's all down to this last guy. How much can Turulov do? Has already given his information away. The footsteps have been heard by the players of Team IHC. And the nade from Demo will just take him down. T2K out and about.
Well, with T2K getting taken down, there's also some damage that is being dealt onto HVDC. Now, this one puts better numbers on board for MV, but considering that the circle is also chasing them, it's a question of whether or not Baron and Apex will survive. They have lost one player in the meanwhile, and that's not the best situation. But well, moving forward from here, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and IHC are going to be able to settle this whole situation soon enough.
SKYLIGHTZ, they were trying to come in for the third party, but Mr. Burrow from behind just got third partied himself. So now SKYLIGHTZ need to maybe get their focus back on to getting that revival on Mr. Burrow, which won't happen. Fearless gets a little bit lucky. Through the few shots, they just connect onto this player, and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming have lost one. Suddenly a fight that was supposed to be a 4v2 to take this compound out has converted into a 3v2 battle, which now you would not like to take considering you're not even in the zone. The zone has gone all the way towards the Rozhok Water City. Not even Water City, not even the main Rozhok City, somewhere in between. But all this will help the players of Team DE Venom. Look at the area that is completely free in front of them.
Well, this area does call for an easy invitation. There is going to be a lot of control that can be acquired from here. But in the meanwhile, we are seeing some move coming in from the side of Seal. And I can actually see one single player trying to have a long rotation to move back into the circle. And that is going to be from the side of DRS, if I'm not wrong. Yes, DRS it is. Delta is coming in. Most probably the solo pioneer from the team still surviving. And still going in for long rotations. Let's see how that works out.
SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, I mean, they have been able to cross the bridge over here. But the fight against the players of DEADEYES guys would not be an easy one. Stalwarts on the other hand, Tops is able to get that good knock onto NBeSports. And these players are just trying to come out of school. Just got their education, wanted to eliminate Stalwart Esports, have been stopped in their tracks for a little bit, but Akash with that nade has been able to take down one of the Stalwart players. Mondo pinned down, shots being taken onto him. IC is the one in front of him, and the damage has been dealt onto Mondo. IC stood up, gets the knock, and has been able to put the players of Team NBeSports all the way down to 2. Just make it 1 as Sekojin also falls in the process.
Stalwart Esports now being one of the 12 teams surviving and being one of the very few that has all 4 online. Loses Tops though. Revival will be possible, but needs to be done soon enough before Venom DE climbs onto the occasion. 4MV unknowingly will support the cause and make sure that Venom DE has damage to be dealt on.
Yeah, Stalwart Esports, they'll get that player back up. They know that they have the edge of the zone that they're comfortable with. The Venom, on the other hand, are getting third partied as well. 4MV were the ones to get that knock. Nirze is trying to confirm that flag to his name. Law has not been able to do so, but still throwing in some shots, spraying the players out, making them uncomfortable in the spot is what he's doing right now. Venom DE, though, will be able to get the revival and move forward in the game.
This revival will definitely put Venom DE in a good enough position to be able to continue. But continuation is not the only thing you need. Survival for the fittest, survival for the longest is what is required. Stalwart Esports, however, unable to deal with the retaliation coming in from the side of Venom DE. And Venom DE in a situation where even after dealing that much damage are so far away to actually go ahead and capitalize on the situation by confirming those elimination points. It's just not a good enough situation for either team. Just losing bullets, just losing medicals, not being in a very winnable situation. 4MV though close enough to actually close Venom DE down, but with only 3 players not trying to invest the way they used to before. However, this time the frag points have increased. They have 4 online, and that's the maximum that you can have at this point of time. But yeah, going forward, it can change. It can change, and the more it changes, the better it will be for 4MV because Stalwart is closing it.
Yeah, Stalwart is definitely closing in a little bit. But right now, look at this. Seal, on the other hand, third party is the players of Team 4MV as they try to get inside the compound. Oh, the shots have landed. The nades are also landing slowly and steadily, but this is not a good one. The push comes in. 4MV, they're out of the game. Just in a blink of an eye, everyone just gets completely eliminated.
4MV, this elimination is definitely gonna be heavy for the team. Surviving through.
Oh, one player still
is-
survives.
Yup, it's one player, but I don't think it's gonna be a long enough survival. It doesn't seem like there's much that can happen for the side of 4MV right now.
But now it can. The third party onto Scooby has definitely put Seal in a tough spot. ASL is the one who just got that knock. Oh, Baron though will be subjected to a nade and Fearless will be able to shut him down. Now Scooby will get that revival and Seal will continue as a squad of 2.
Well, now Stalwart Esports already covering up for the one extra point that 4MV was able to acquire in the last game, and also closing in on the lead by one more point. They have 2 extras here, and if they're able to get at least 12 points this match, they will equalize the scores of 4MV in the overall leaderboard, and anything after that just puts them to be on the top position this time. Let's see how Stalwart is going to be dealing with this, how carefully they're going to be walking into it, because so far it seems like IC is aggressing for no reason, way too far ahead of the team, and same can be said about Nirzid. Nirzid, however, is chasing a single player, so that's not going to be as difficult, but IC is literally walking into the complete squad of Leo.
Now let's see. Alex has been able to take down Viper in the process, and with that, Vion Illuminate has been taken away out of the game. Stalwart Esports, on the other hand, there's been some good shots. DEADEYES guys in a little bit of a pressure. ASL try to punch the players of Team D Venom right now. Chari tossed it over there, but Sleepy with a different angle. And then with a little bit of help from Chari is able to eliminate the whole squad of Venom DE. So a lot of squads just going out of the game.
Well, as of now, the number has shrunk down all the way to only top 7. Every single team now is gonna have placement points to themselves, but is that gonna be enough? Because you have to combine it with your frag points, and some teams have none of it. Like Leo has literally no frag points to the name. DEADEYES guys only has 1, and a single for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming as well. Disappointing is what I would call the performance of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming in this particular match. But let's see, going forward, who gets to take the winner chicken dinner, because this time the producer didn't ask us, so we'll just ask each other.
It's Stalwart Esports. They really have a command on this game, and for them to move from here on, it will take a lot of third parties, I'd say. DEADEYES is right now being pinched down. I mean, 20 seconds is what they have to get inside the zone, which is not going to be easy considering DEADEYES guys were already being split upon by the other players too. IHC has also a couple of players who are inside the zone and ready to take down the players of DEADEYES guys. So this is not going to be an easy rotation at all. But meanwhile, action gets taken down. ASL, this team is relentless right now. They are hoping for a comeback in this game.
Well, we'll find out if the comeback is going to be possible because ASL, I have already said, has the last exact chance to go ahead and make me believe that they can actually do something. Because I'm going to be super reluctant after that. But well, as of now, DEADEYES guys being one that gets taken down with a disappointing fight to their face. Leo survives with all four. So does Stalwart. So does ASL. Numbers look great for Stalwart right now. Seal, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and IHC still not on good enough players, and look at that, Stalwart knows exactly which threat to deal with first, resulting into a knock on Leo.
Good knock, but won't be able to do much about it. IC is still inside the zone, so that's one thing that the players of Stalwarts have going for themselves. So IC could really lay a layer of smoke down and invite the remaining players of Team Stalwarts onto him to get inside the zone. And that's, I think, exactly what the players of Stalwarts will do slowly and steadily. But yeah, this now ASL, they really look in a good spot. They have that ridge available for them. Erangel is trying to be just completely taken away. Stalwart trying to retaliate back. Tops drawing attention away from the remaining two players of Team Stalwart Esports so that they're able to rotate inside the zone. Although ASL Sleepy comes in with a different angle. The shots they do land and Stalwarts are stuck in a very difficult spot now.
Well, Stalwart unable to actually come back out of it, but still in a position where they can, try to hold off slightly, because with all four players alive, it is definitely looking like the revival can happen. But then again, Tobbs, will he be able to conceal his own position while he tries to go ahead and make sure that his players have enough support? ASL in the meanwhile trying to indulge in a fight, but then again, not giving enough promise just yet. Seal being the one they prey upon, trying to retaliate at the same time. But look at that, Stalwart again with that dares.
Those are just some random shots thrown in by the players of Team Leo. As soon as they see smoke, they just toss some shots and action has been taken down because of it. IC is still very close by, spotted down, but IC needs to make sure it does not fall over here. Slipknot knows that there's a player nearby. Noah throws in some more shots and is able to take down Nirzet. Stalwart down to just 2, and a team which I thought might just be able to grab the chicken is just being picked apart one by one.
Well, getting taken down one after the other, it's not your own fault, Stalwart. It's because Fitz took your name. I am really, apologetic on behalf of my co-caster. But yeah, Leo and ASL. Leo has shown us that they can acquire chickens. They've done it once. They've done it yesterday itself, actually. And they've done it in a very mind-blowing fashion, because it was absolutely not one of the most flashiest games. It was definitely one well thought and well strategized one. So let's see if they can replicate history, because right now Stalwart does not have any shots to begin with, because look at the positioning. Both the players are outside the circle, both the players are way far away from each other, and no compounds to hide into. So they are literally going to be aiming to rotate in the open without much value. In the meanwhile, Leo trying to make sure that they take care of Alex before Alex gets the chance to become a spoil sport for the rest of the teams. Because again, IHC with one single player does make things difficult for the ones surviving.
Liquid is trying to toss a few utility out his opponent's way. These are some smokes maybe to help him cross this bridge. Wants to get on the other side of the road. But is it going to be that easy? Could have just earlier used the underpath, but I know he is a little bit paranoid considering Alex is still surviving. So yeah, IHC. Let's see how does that guy try to get some frags to his name. 11 more meters should not be a problem. Plus you have a guy trying to support you too. So yeah, let's see. Liquid slowly and steadily moving in. ASL have already started taking some shots, and those are all to IC, and Stalwart lose yet another player in the process.
Another player lost, making it Stalwart in a one single player standing situation. A solo survivor from IHC as well. And soon enough, Seal will be losing both their players too, because Seal players literally survive in the center of the circle. Not saying that it's not a great position, just saying that with only two players, you cannot really make the best of the situation in this location. You just attract attention and then keep getting shot at. In the meanwhile, though, Leo trying to make sure that Slipknot is able to tie on to Alex, and with that nade,
Yeah,
they will
that's
be
it.
closing it off.
So Leo Esports, they've taken care of their backstab and now they just have to deal with one major fight. That is with the players of Team ASL. So this 4v4 battle is what everything falls down to. The fight for chicken will start over here. A little bit of help could be thrown in by the players of team, maybe Seal, but that's about it. Except for Seal, I do not see any other team. I'd say Stalwart, yeah, tops. It's better for you to survive for as long as possible because other than that, you do not have much of a say in this game. Now, I do see the players of Team Leo still just holding their ground and not pushing through. That the only reason is because they just want to play for the chicken dinner and not get eliminated that early on. But ASL meanwhile get that knockout to Fearless. Now they know that at least it's a two-man spot, so let's just push in and maybe take all the frags necessary. But the shots from behind will suggest otherwise. Although Liquid also bites the dust right now. Leo, they just are some sort of a collateral damage in the process, whereas ASL they're still trying to figure out how to take down this entire duo of Team CD Sports.
Well, now I'm finally hoping to see ASL actually change things around, because this team, for a really long time, has constantly made winnable situations lost to themselves.
Wow,
But
what a
wait
nade.
a second. Fearless with that nade is gonna get one knock. Coming nades will aim for the confirmation. And in this situation, it seems like Chari is gonna get taken down. So it does happen. And now Assassin and Gaming stack. Assassin and Gangsta. Let's see how that they
Oh
are able to go
wow.
forward. Gangsta gets not. See, I told you earlier itself.
And suddenly Tops also comes in. So he confirms that frag onto Sleepy and just has made game easier for the players of Team Leo. Because every team now survives with 1 and 2 players except for the side of Team Leo Esports. Now Liquid is pushing in. The entirety of Leo has that idea that we have to take care of the team right in front of us first. That would be Seal Esports. But how do you take him down? I mean, Tops is also a thorn in your side. The 9th zone is slowly and steadily starting in. The smokes from Tops will maybe give him some cover to cross this area. But I think Seal is on a lookout over here. The nades are being thrown in. Tops with a nade of his own will tag down Scooby to very little HP. The follow-up nade could be even better, but Tops is also left with very little HP to work with. Follow-up nade goes in, does not damage much. It just bursts right before the wall, and Tops will be given a little bit of time to just pop in that first hit, get away from this position, but he's still risking it out, still testing his luck over here. Assassin, could he get one? That's the biggest question. Has that S12K in his hand? Could really be a little bit of a spoil sport for the players of Team Leo in the process. But for now, his main job is focus on survival. Okay.
Well, Leo Esports does have an idea of where Assassin is. Slight idea, I would say, because he relocated soon after. But in the meanwhile, Seal will definitely be taken care of. Stalwart will definitely be taken care of. The main fight is gonna be between ASL and Leo, out of which I feel like ASL has already lost all they could. Now all that survives is one single player. With that knock and that spray, Scooby can also bid goodbye to this game. And with that, Seal will get taken out completely alongside Stalwart. Last two teams, ASL and Leo, 1v4. I don't think there's any option here for ASL.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good for you, you have an S12K, but that's about it. That's where you lose the game. And Leo, they played it perfectly, you know. They could have earlier pushed down the player below them, but that just would have resulted in one knock, giving the players of Seal a leeway inside the zone, giving the leeway for Stalwart Esports to join the battle. They played with discipline. They let these players fight amongst themselves. And in the end, they're able to get that chicken dinner with a total of 9 eliminations.
Exactly, 9 eliminations, 19 total points, but still overall rank does not budge much. It's on 14. 2165 damage for the team. and welcome back everyone to PMPL South Asia Fall Season 2023. I'm your host Anna, and with me on desk is Fritz. Fritz, tell me this. Did you expect Leo in the beginning?
Nope, not at all. But at least this is one of the teams who knows how to close the game.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm happy just for that because I've seen a lot of teams, in this situation and them not being able to secure the game for themselves. But hey, Leo is not one of them. They know how to play it out when they have all their 4 players surviving. Still, let's say the number of eliminations were not that good. Just 9. When you get a chicken dinner, it should be somewhere around 12 to 15. But it's okay. I mean, you're a team on the bottom of the charts. You're trying to come up. These points will definitely help you a lot.
Absolutely. Now, talking about one more thing, Fritz, I do want to know from you as well, because yes, ASL did make it all the way to top 2. But I still don't feel like I'm going to have any confidence in this team. And this match in particular has assured me that this team is not making it into the grand finals. Do you think we can hope something from ASL?
I still have hope. Because if you can do it once, you can just do it twice as well. It's a similar strategy that I'd say the squad of DRS like to do. They just focus a lot on survival points and not the elimination points. It gets them to the top 16 scores quite a bit. So if the players of team, I'd say ASL, are able to do something like that, it'll be good. They are tops surviving for a very long period of time, is able to bring his team in a good position, I'd say, overall. And even in the match summary, you'll see a lot of Leo Esports in the chart, but the highest damage was dealt by the player of Seal. It's Scooby with 909.
Exactly, that's a lot of damage to be taken. But yeah, in the meanwhile, Top's coming up as the highest healing done guy, but then he has also a lot of damage, so that's good enough. But yeah, I'm not seeing anyone that would make a huge impact just yet, because there's a lot of people who already have great stats for themselves. But yeah, ASL 11 points for them. For once I see them not having a 0. Let's see if that changes something, because this was the 3rd game. We'll probably be seeing the overall leaderboard as well after this. But yeah, Leo with 19 on top, and then Stalwart and Seal both with 13 each on second.
Yeah, that's a good thing, because 4MB had that 7-point lead, which is now vanished. Now it's a 1-point lead for the players of team Stalwart Esports. So this is a really, really good game for Stalwarts. So even though they ended up second on the standings, it's better than what 4MB had. But this time around, I would like to see the weak standings too, because that's where I'm interested. HVDC is not having a good day, and the lead between HVDC and Stalwarts was not all that much. So do we see Stalwarts already out on top, or do we still have to wait for the entire standings? That's what I want to know right now.
Absolutely. But well, what our viewers want to know is when the fun TDM match will start. And well, for you, the news is soon enough. Soon enough, guys. TDM is about to start right after this, because the first match that we will have now is going to be the TDM. And after that, we have a couple of Miramars, longer maps, but then again, something very strategic, something with a lot of bolt action, which you enjoy particularly a lot, Fritz.
I know that. TDM is one of those games which just is fun to watch. Let's just put it like that, because if the team's playing very aggressively, I'm all up for it. I don't like those teams that just literally took it to their heart. Not one exactly, was just not budging. They just took one corner and were like, if the player of the opponent is able to break across, well and good, otherwise we're just not leaving it. I just don't like those sort of games. And I hope we do not see something like that happening over here. But yeah, DRS versus Roy Esports, let's see. Seems to be a fun game.
Well, Roy Esports already opening up with the first track to the name. Today hasn't been a day that goes in the flow for DRS, but Roy Esports has acquired themselves a chicken today and are looking good. Right now, nades being exchanged. Complete knowledge of Gyante's position will result in his demise. However, a counter nade coming in from the side of Killer Whitey, but not adding as much as was expected, with 2 points each on an equalizer, and then marching right ahead, DRS acquires a lead.
Yeah, just putting the entire team back to base of Team Roy Esports. Good battle around the containers. The support was also good from Gyante from behind. But now suddenly Delta has a position which Roy Esports does not even have information about. And even Jiggle was dropped to very little HP. One more body shot could have done that. But DRS around him, they're able to get quite a few frags. And got their tally all the way up to 7.
Well, this tally is not only putting them to 7 but also putting them to a lead, and now the lead keeps getting surmounted. However, a retaliation from Raw is trying to close the numbers down, and now it seems like there's gonna be only 3-point difference that sustains and make it 2, because I think Yante is gonna have some fruit from the nade as well. Oh, he saves him. He does. Good.
Yeah, but Praveen just closes in the distance. A little bit of over-aggression coming in from DRS, which will cost them their lead. So the equalizer has already been gained by the players of Team Raw. But good shots from Killer to once again establish that dominance overall. Let's see for how long can DRS continue this winning run.
Well, we'll find out soon enough, because already at 11, DRS does find themselves in 2-point advantage. But you do have to get all the way to 40, and we've seen 2 huge comebacks happen. Is this going to be one of those days where Raw just goes ahead and shakes things up or not is a question. However, I'm loving the fact that it's going so aggressive and so, determined and focused towards the gunfights than actually trying to just camp around and wait for the people to pressure.
Yeah, but DRS has already, got themselves a lead, lost it out, so they could be the team going a little bit passive, considering that they would love to win this one out. Now, Killer has spotted down Malik, who is trying to take some shots out of one of his teammates, but none of these players have been able to just outperform anyone. Raw, for the very first time, I've seen them in the lead after that first frag, and now suddenly, Raw Esports seem to have the control of the entire game.
Well, with that control, they are trying to capitalize on the lead point with one single advantage in their favor. How long can they carry forward is going to be a question. A perfect nade comes in, but no damage is dealt, and that results in Raw Esports finally acquiring another equalizer against DRS. With that frag, things are going to change. Raw officials acquiring 1 extra point, and now Killer Whitey being the next prey. But then the taught becomes the teacher, and Killer Whitey is able to secure that frag as well.
No Groza this time around. It's all M4s around the board. So that's an interesting thing to see over here, because the Grozas were a little bit too overpowered in this entire TDM battle. Now, Raw Esports, they've got that 3-pointer lead. Nades are being exchanged, now utility being thrown in. DRS back to their holding form. Let's see if Raw officials are able to break through it or not.
Well, Raw officials, breathing is definitely something that they need to keep doing. Even if they do get eliminated, they have to respawn, come back into the fight, and make the players of DRS revisit their own coffin. But in the meanwhile, DRS trying to slow down slightly just to make sure that the lead can be snatched at least, and then play on time. Because as of now, it seems like half the time is already done, and in that time, we have seen almost half the scoreline hit as well. Raw Esports, though, still trying to make sure that they have the advantage of it, but DRS just denying it constantly.
Praveen did not expect Delta to be here. Unfortunate loss, and this will give the complete left-hand side control to the players of Team DRS. And now Raw, let's see if they're able to fight it back. Yes, they are, but that's a trade, because Delta gets taken down, but Rules on the other part of the map is able to take down Malik. Once again, the trades happen, and the 2-pointer lead still stay with the players of Team DRS Gaming.
Well, DRS Gaming with that 2-point lead will be able to put themselves in a better situation, but how long the situation lasts is going to be a huge question, because Delta right now, alongside the crossfire that he has been given, is trying to capitalize, but then gets naded on.
Yeah, but now it's a double man push onto Delta over here, but the good thing is he still gets one. Malik was a little bit too late on the trade. The shotgun, the Swade off was taken out, because Gante does not have any more ammo left in his main M4. We're looking to maybe get some damage onto his opponents, or maybe just get eliminated. Because no, finally now he just gets that ammo back up and running because of his teammates' co-ops, I'd say. But yeah, still with that 2-point lead, it's looking good. Praveen pinned down to one single concrete area, dodges out the nade brilliantly, but the HP reset that he was so patiently waiting for never comes in, and he also gets taken down. DRS meanwhile find that frag onto Sky 2. But suddenly Raw from Jiggle from Raw finds 2 back and reduces the lead to just 1 point.
Well, The lead will get equalized and Roy Sports finally on the same number as DRS Gaming. 7 more to go for each. Raw officials capitalizing on the number has reached
Wow.
already 36. 4 more points to go. 4 eliminations to determine victory for Raw officials against DRS. Can they do it? Make it 3.
Oh, that's a nade frag. That's a very important nade frag because now DRS, they're completely reset. They need to somehow find these 4 frags simultaneously. Delta all out in the open on the verge of just getting eliminated. So Vice for now. The push is happening though. Delta did not get the HP reset till now. Although he still is able to get that frag. Gyante on the other hand gets traded out. So Roy Sports 38. 2 more frags to their name. Delta once again super low on HP gets taken down. The trades are there but not enough because DRS Gaming might just face a defeat over here.
Absolutely, Raw officials with just one last frag remaining for them to close this off are looking good enough with the 4-point lead that they have. Make it 3, but still not bad enough. And there it is. The nade, yep. Gyante got naded, and that resulted into the victory of Raw Esports.
Good job. Good job done by the side of Team Roy Sports. I mean, they just played it out perfectly. At the end, they were able to gather those 3 frags very quickly, and after that, the pressure was completely on DRS. They did go back to their, very little, I'd say, 4-man formation all the way down to spawn. But then the nades did their job. The final nade did its job and is able to get the victory for Raw Esports. So, good job by the players of Raw.
Yep, they have eliminated DRS from the TDM.
Yeah.
Both these teams were playing their first match, and in this, the victory will be for Raw officials who are going to be moving forward into round 3. And let's take a look at the brackets to get a better picture of who they're going to be playing against next and how much chance they have of entering into semi-finals.
So, if you look at this, now the next game will be between STFL and NBeSports. So, that's a game I'd like to see. But yeah, Venom D versus Roy Esports, this will be a close one. But I'd still say Venom D would be the favorites in this game.
Yep. There's very little chance of actually seeing Raw Esports win this one. But yeah, they did perform great for the day and they've done their part. However, having their name twice on the board, it is going to be one more shot for the team to actually go ahead and acquire another victory. This time on another map because Miramar is online, guys.
Yeah, Miramar is definitely on the line over here. That were a couple of Miramars, so it will be fun. This will definitely be fun. Although first game of Miramar would be sat out by the players of Group B, and the second one, the Group A team, they're not going to play it out. So Group A and B are the ones who will have to just make the most out of that last remaining map of the day. But the other team should be well and fine. Except for them, the other team will be playing both these games. Best possible results is what we expect. Stalwart Esports overall, according to my calculations, have already toppled out 4 MB and they're leading in the entire week. My predictions are going correct. I'm happy.
Okay. So far it seems so. We'll find out how it goes forward. But yeah, as of now, 4MB getting toppled on the overall leaderboard. We'll soon see what their situations look like because this time we did not get the league overall leaderboard just yet, but we will hopefully get it at the end of the day for sure. But yeah, all the way from La Cabrera, all the way from north of the map, the plane path is going in towards hopefully the central south. Yeah, almost the central south. Eastern areas are not going to be favored much. All the way Puerto Perecio, Impala, Al-Azhar, Tierra Bronca, Torre Amuda and Campo Militar are going to be pretty difficult to go to. You can still glide slightly towards Cruz del Valle, Junkyard, but yeah, that's slight glide that you would have to take. But I think teams are going to be happy with this. There's very few that go all the way to Campo Militar, and they are still going to go there no matter what. But the rest of them should have a happy time.
Let's see. King of Spades have already dropped. So I do already see Mamba towards Ruins and the remaining players to La Cabrera. That's a weird split. Usually I did see them going towards Ruins, but the split was somewhere near El Pozo. But this time taking the city of La Cabrera. Now that's I'd say adjustment based on the analysis probably that their coach has done, and let's see if it gives them a little bit of an advantage or not.
Well, we'll soon find out. Soon find out. King of Spades in two different splits. One towards La Cabrera, one towards Ruins, and the rest of the team of Leo is gonna be in El Pozo. Look at the circle, Fritz. Look at the circle.
Yeah, it's a very weird circle. Plus, Mabetex would be happy, considering that is their drop location. Torre
Yep.
Humuza is where they usually drop. Now, if you want, you can also explore Oasis. But do we call this a circle? Because it's not completely closed. I cannot see the closing end. So,
Yeah,
this is a
it's
really weird circle that has formed over here.
it's instead just a sector of the circle. But yeah, we do have much lesser area in this circle than you generally would if the complete circle was on the map. And I guess even in the parts that do show up here, there's a lot that is inaccessible or is too redundant to go to. Like if you
Hmm.
look at block D, nobody would want to go all the way up there near the slight little water body. Nobody ever goes there. There's regions near junkyard which are going to be probably empty. All the area between Cruz del Valle and El Azhar is going to be empty. So this is going to be highly densely populated area, and all that means is chaos. I'm in for chaos.
Yeah, but look at this. The drops that has been taken away from these teams, they are very weird. Now, earlier I used to see King of Space dropping towards the southern part of the map. This southern part of the map that I say Los Higos. I don't know even Jack's the position that Jack's in. I don't even know the name of it. But what are these drops from BID? They are so passive, but now are so difficult to rotate through. How do you even get inside the zone?
Well, it's going to be slightly difficult for most teams. T2K, however, is not going to be one of them. T2K will soon find their way inside the zone, but the rest of the teams are going to have slightly harder time. King of Spades still has two players already situated in, so they're going to have an easy rotation as well. Hopefully, if Crater Fields is where they want to stick, then Leo might also find themselves an opening.
Hmm. Okay. Let's see if Leo finds themselves an opening or not. Because probably because the map is shrink to such a level that we cannot see the detail. Let's say Leo still has a good area of the zone with them. For now, not for now though, because El Pozo is not inside the zone. But if they just go just go towards Crater Fields, it should be good. They should have that area because HVDC the players are very far away, and JMEX, well, that should not be a fight you should be concerned with, because usually JMEX the gunfights is something where they are struggling a lot. 4MV though around Chumasera have to deal maybe with the players of Team ASL, maybe with the players of D Venom. These fights could be a little bit hectic for them because they're not having that good of a week. So yeah, let's see.
Well, not having a good week is different, and then continuing on it and not having consecutive good days either is going to definitely cost you a lot, considering we have only 3 weeks in league stage, and that is all you get to do before you qualify for the finals. Well, as of now, no bloods have been drawn. The teams are trying to be much more subtle with their plans, much more, reserved with their bullets. And it's not something I would really complain about, considering the kind of position most teams are in. I understand if they don't want to initiate a fight themselves.
Ah, okay. Right now, HVDC, they are in that throwable battle with the players of Team JVX. Sanchi did toss a raid, but off to no value, I'd say. But then his frag will be confirmed because there was a little bit of a help from the teammate that he has. And now JVX are constricted to a single compound. Look at that. There's another HVDC player on top of a hill just behind JVX. Is JVX done for, Ahana?
Most probably, yes. Most probably, yes. HVDC marching on to them. Already utility being used by Sanchir as well. JMEX not looking any positive currently. and soon to be in a non-positive, non-negative score line walking out of the lobby that is going to be on a 0. In the meanwhile, though, DRS and HVDC both have acquired their frags at some point or the other, making
Oh,
it
wait a
1 point
second.
each. But wait, that wasn't expected.
Yeah, Galzane just flanked the flanker. So there will be a little bit of a help inside this compound, but that nade knock will again hurt the players of Team JMEX. The push comes in, Sanchir gets another knock, and it's all down to Galzane now for JMEX to maybe survive for the survival points. What has just happened to all these teams? Especially JMEX. I do not even remember a single game where they were comfortable after stage number 2 or stage number 3. So this time around, stage number 1 is where they lose all their battles.
Well, losing the battles is definitely something that our teams have to be very careful of. Looking at that, I can also say that bad intentions alongside Seal are challenging way too much of the blue, still not making their way out of the blue, let alone making it into the circle. Not the best position, and in the meanwhile, Venom D trying to replicate the same, while 4MV and ASL both await right outside. These doors are not gonna close down in mercy. These doors are gonna deal revenge constantly. And that is the reason knocking the right entry point is gonna cost stronger fake love quite a bit of points going forward, considering 4MV is hungry.
Yeah, 4MV definitely is not just hungry, I'd say angry as well. So hungry would be the right term because they've not been getting some good points for themselves, and that has been a big problem this entire week. So they should be angry with them too. So getting those frags is definitely going to be their priority. DRS though, they've got one frag in all the action that has happened in the near future, in the near past, I'd say, and for now have a better position as compared to the players of Team Stalwarts. But I think so they're just focusing on the zone. As soon as the zone closes in, which is again gone all the way east, now the rotations will come in and DRS will find themselves in a good spot after that.
Absolutely, DRS might find themselves in a good enough position, but now the East zone is something that is going to favor them highly. And considering that nobody went East when the circle was cut out, it's gonna make it very hard for teams to actually do that. Now, Seal, if they use their vehicles right and are able to make it back into the circle by some grace, might have a great position on Tierra Bronca. But other than that, it doesn't seem like there's gonna be enough opportunities for bad intention. I still see stronger fake love being able to make it into the circle. The rest of the teams, however, are gonna have difficulty trying to do the same. But as of now, the gatekeep position of DRS looks optimal for the number of frags they want to acquire.
4MB though, Apex gets taken down from ASL's Gangsta. Now he's not in a position that can be revived, that he can be revived, not at all. Unless you are able to eliminate the entire ASL squad, that's not happening. So 4MB will have to continue with just the 3 players surviving. But now is the time, Hana, where you can maybe get ahead of me. So let me give you that chance. You go first in predicting the team that is going to win the chicken.
I am gonna go for DRS.
Yeah, okay. Again, you're hoping that your Cinderella run that got completed the first time around gets back again, huh? Okay,
Yep.
all right. I'll go for Stalwart Esports though. That is the team I've been sticking with. That's the team I predicted for the entire week, and here I think they'll be able to come back and get the chicken dinner for themselves. That's the team I'll go for. And they're already in this battle, and seems that they're dominating in it. HUDC have been completely eliminated by them.
Well, HVDC getting taken down is definitely 3 points on for Stalwart, but that's not the victory just yet. So we'll wait and watch. We'll wait and watch. I feel like DRS definitely has a great opportunity up here. They don't have many teams to fight with. They only have to take care of a couple. And then they can wait for the circle to shrink in. And I also feel like the circle is going to be shadowing them for a really long time. But yeah, in the meanwhile, Leo trying to enter in from Toreyamuda is gonna be able to gatekeep Deadeyes guys, because for them that seems to be an optimal area to enter from, but they are unaware that they're gonna be guarded and gatekept. In the meanwhile, 4MB dying off to ASL of all teams. Seriously.
Wow. ASL, were you saying something about them, Ahana? Cannot cannot qualify for the grand finals. And
Yeah,
when I said
cannot.
that
I
they
mean,
might be able to take down one or two players of 4MV, I do remember a statement being made. Hey,
yeah,
there
they
they
can
are.
take down.
Complete
They're
elimination
not
of
in
the
grand
entire squad.
finals though. They're not in grand finals though. They
Yeah, well,
won't
we'll
be.
have
I
to
can
see
bet
about
on
that,
that.
because the game is still not over.
Yeah, yeah. We'll find out because I don't have hopes of them to actually go ahead into grand finals. They're improving, yes, but they're improving way slower than all the other teams that they are playing against.
Okay.
So no, I don't consider that they are going to be able to be in the top 16 to be able to make it into the grand finals. And also, to top all of it, there are quite a lot of teams with more than two chickens and still not able to make it on to top 16,
Mhm.
and they are ones without any chicken, so even less hope.
Okay, just watch them prove you wrong. I don't know. I'm just getting this feeling that they just might qualify for the grand finals. At least they'll be able to get in top 16. But let's see. I might be wrong. We'll have to wait and watch for anything to be confirmed by any one of us. But right now, Raw, they were taking some shots out of them, because of which Praveen has been taken down, and now Malik is under fire. So he needs to just get this buggy, get as far as possible inside the zone first of all. But now BITX CMF, who've already lost a player, they're all out in the open, hoping to get another knock onto their opponents.
Well, as of now, it seems like these knocks are definitely putting BITX in a much advantageous situation, but I don't think they're going to be able to continue this forward longer. However, I do still feel that BIT might be able to make it into top 16, might be able to make it into the finals some way or another. They might be able to pick their pieces up eventually, but as of now, I don't think today is their day at all.
Okay. Raw officials, though, the revival will come in for Jiggle too. I don't see a problem in that. Oh, never mind. I did not see Kirito up top. Just lying down, spraying through the smoke and getting lucky. Now, does Sky try his luck? I don't think so, no. The zone is also in a very precarious spot for you to give a revival, so it's just better off if you rotate away from your seal. They'll enjoy the two frags that they have.
Well, as of now, it seems like Bad Intention is gonna be able to pick off a lot of damage onto Raw officials, losing only one player in the process. There is a revival possibility even for the fallen comrade. So, Bad Intentions not looking as bad as usual this time. But who is? DE Venom is.
Ooh, Domi gets taken down because of a nade, and now this fight will be a little bit difficult for the players of DE Venom. DRS are looking happy right now today to maybe invest into this battle. Some shots being taken down, not connecting, of course, because that was just a
Yes,
spam.
is done
But
for.
now, yeah, Delta is in a difficult spot, although still is able to get one knock. Rambo will be completely finished off, and at least they're not eliminated on the 0 points. They're able to take down one of the teams, maybe.
Hopefully, these 3-4 points will give them something to live by because as of now, the blue zone definitely shuts them down completely, not giving much chance of survival.
Yeah, on the other hand, if we do see this fight still happening between the players of Team PITX, CMF, and Seal, Kirito has been taken care of. So the revival has to be thrown in as soon as possible. But after that, how do you play for Team PIT? You're stuck in a situation where you cannot escape. Seal have all the exit points covered and sealed, and BIT are on the verge of elimination.
With that elimination, BIT might just lose any hope that they could have had in this particular match. But Leo again trying to climb back up. This time, Leo does look like they might be able to acquire two chickens today. But again, with the kind of numbers they acquire in their chickens, it's not going to be a great enough position for them to topple many teams. They will still be out of the league of top 12, which is the aim to make it into bonus. But it's going to be a good start nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a decent start though, but how far do you go is a biggest question. That's what I want to see. Leo, on the other hand, Deadeye's guys have been taken down. One of the players has been taken down. Stalwarts on the other hand also trying to third party one of these teams and try to collect some frags. Leo Yeta Utado is on fire right now, just taking all the players Deadeye's guys one by one.
Yeta Uta is dangerous. We've already discussed this in the past match that Leo actually ended up winning, and now it seems like Deadeye's guys is gonna get gonna be on the receiving end of all of this damage. In the meanwhile, Raw officials though making sure that Seal does not survive long either, and this situation makes Leo even happier about their position. Four
Mhm.
frags to the name, three men still standing, one gets knocked up and confirmed at the same time. Now the game is slipped away. Mabetex spoiled the sport for Leo completely.
Wow, third parties. This is the beauty of the entire game, is what I feel. Third parties, I just love it. Meanwhile, though, another third party happening onto the player of Stalwart Esports. T2K come in, they get that knock. Action though is closing in onto ASL. He just was a run over frag. He stops in his tracks over here, but IC is getting third partied, and both these players will try to escape. T2K, will they get a knock? They do not. Stalwart. Yeah, this knock won't matter because you'll be able to get that revival. A risky move, but at least you survive.
Well, this survival from the side of Stalwart is gonna be one big thing for them because right now, with all four standing, they have four frags to the name. Good enough position. Right now, actually, the most promising one for themselves. But then again, once the circle shrinks in, they will have a rotation to go for. But considering how thinly the teams are spread right now on the map, it seems like they're not gonna have much difficulty trying to do that. And wait a second, the new circle supports them as well. Beautiful.
Wow, T2K, yeah, that they really are in a good spot over here. So this Cruise Del Val, does it give them the chicken that they're hoping for? Does it give them the chicken that they're looking for? All these questions will be answered in a matter of seconds. Meanwhile, STFL as well are in a good spot. They have this own high-low setup for the entire squad, I'd say. And let's see if they're able to make the most out of it.
As of now, it just seems like STFL is going to be holding their grounds and attacking once they see ASL coming in. That's going to be one fight that they can convert to their favor. But in the meanwhile, it seems like Tierra Bronca is going to be one good
Hmm.
spot for teams with lesser numbers, and that's exactly where we can see Dead Eyes guys, Precious Sir, Mabetex Esports, and Seal as well. Seal, however, is in a very long split, very wide spread. But soon enough, they'll close down on each other. Maptex losing both the players, one to the fight, one to the zone. And Leo with three still approaching towards Deadeye guys.
The ESL though, they've also started getting those knocks onto themselves. And what STFL want to push, or do they want to just get up the hill and maybe get towards their own teammates? Meanwhile, Rig is in a little bit of a troublesome situation because Stalwart Esports, it seems to be they want to contest Rig over here, or they just might be happy with the position that they have inside the zone. So T2K, this could bite them in the back. This one split overall the map. This could be really difficult to deal with.
Where a third party comes in from the side of Seal, making things difficult for Stronger Fake Love against ASL. But in the meanwhile, Stronger Fake Love has already acquired good enough numbers onto ASL to make it impossible for them to win and continue their streak of not making it to the top positions at all. However, Stronger Fake Love soon will be attracting attention from Stalwart as well and from T2K. But Seal, in the meanwhile, very slowly and silently becomes the killer of the moment and tries to squeeze in as much value as possible and also the very optimal position on the map.
Yep, Solver slowly and steadily, as you said, just moving up top. Now,
Well, as of now, it seems like Stalwart will be moving forward, but will not be in a very good situation considering they are getting sandwiched between T2K and STRFL. As of now, it seems like STRFL will be more distracted by Seal, while T2K tries to run away from the situation and make a crosshair setup onto KS, making things suddenly look much brighter for Stalwart Esports. It seems like King of Spades right now are gonna be moving in with DRS in their crosshairs. But T2K, considering the height advantage they have, are not gonna give much room for King of Spades to move around. The moment they leave their compounds, they will be in danger.
Yeah, King of Spades. The problem is they do not have any frag. So even if they get eliminated over here, they won't get a lot of points. Where's the zone? It's not with them. They have to move inside the zone. Plus, there's a T2K waiting for you on the other side, and they have the highest possible angle on top of you, literally. So XMPL will spot everyone trying to rotate off. XOXOX is the first one to fall. Good shots from XMPL, but does he have good nades? He only has one nade to his avail. Now, how does he use it? That's the biggest question. Kurula from far away provides some cover fire. Deathstorm also gets taken down. Mamba, though, a good nade onto XMPL, but the revival will come in onto Rig, I think.
Well, Rig will definitely be revived, and looking at the position of T2K players, it seems like they are trying to march in onto King of Spades as quickly as possible, knowing that the number advantage rolls in with them and even the positional advantage is theirs. They might be able to acquire position, but Mamba, being one sneaky player, acquires a position which is hard to contest. But he gives up way too quickly. Way too quickly. Okay, going back up. Pretty confused, very indecisive.
Yeah, he's pretty indecisive. He just wants some information before doing anything else. But T2K leaving their ground will give Stalwart Esports the area they needed. But on the other hand, if you look at the split that Leo have in the final zone, that is also a very, very big split. A three-man hold that they have. XOXOX gets third partied by the player Stalwart, and that's another frag that Stalwart would be happy to have.
With added frags, Stalwart find themselves in a good enough position, and soon enough the circle will start favoring them as well. In the meanwhile, Leo, though, very far away from the location of fights and lower on the numbers that require to be taken for this particular situation to be advantageous, fall short. I am seeing DRS still trying to make it in, but the fights there are aggressing because the northwestern zone of the map looks like a battlefield.
Yep, DRS will have to fight out against Team T2K and Team King of Spades. Now, both these teams are sort of relentless. A raid from Mamba will definitely do some damage, but the knock is still to be found. Icy, on the other hand, he's getting knocked onto STFL? Okay. King of Spades, meanwhile, Mamba gets the knock onto Delta, and being outside the zone, there's no way he can survive. Also, that frag got stolen down. It is Leo who steal that frag, and Yetauta gets that confirmation out of the last remaining player of DRS. So DRS get eliminated. King of Spades have been given away this particular choice that they have. But the zone is not with them, and Torula from far away. The mini 14 tap shots are way too good. Get that knock. Even the confirmation, I suppose, at T2K. They look really, really strong over here because they have a compound. But this fight against Stalwart Esports is what I would like to see them take.
Well, Stalwart currently looks like the most promising team on board. Leo still trying to manage somehow with three remaining players. And in the meanwhile, the pleasure of the whole fight goes towards the favor of Leo and Stalwart Esports, considering the number of frags they have is huge. But well, Stalwart loses one, Leo loses one as well at the same exact time, making things still more difficult for the side of Leo. But Stalwart still sustaining good enough, well enough, and soon in the position to actually pick Nirzad back up. Beautiful.
The problem is T2K cannot climb up the ridge. I mean, of course, they can try, but
True.
Stalwart would love to just shut them down. So, how does Team T2K continue in the game? For now, just might be in the zone. The future zones are
They
not
don't.
looking their way. I mean, they will have to figure out a way, maybe throw some smokes up top, run towards the players of Team Stalwarts, get a knock from down below, and then maybe try to push up. All these aspects have to be explored by the players of Team T2K over here.
Absolutely. Stalwart still trying to revive one of their fallen comrades, but in the meanwhile, We do see Seal acquiring great numbers for themselves as well. Same can be said for Leo. Both the teams are very low on the overall leaderboards, and this consistent performance, even without the chicken, will be doing a lot for them. In the meanwhile, though, Leo slipped out, trying to slip away from a fight that he already got a lot of damage from. With 4 frags to the name, the guy is still gonna survive, but does need to heal back up as soon as possible. Talking about healings, it seems like there isn't gonna be enough for Leo players, so they better make sure that they're participating in the right fights and not in unnecessary ones. T2K will be taken care of by the zone itself. The only 3 teams that need, the only 4 teams that need to be concentrated on are gonna be Seal, Stalwart, Leo, and Stronger FAKELOVE.
Yeah, and look at this T2K. They are trying exactly the same thing. They are attempting to just run up this particular hill, but Stalwart is not letting them. The smoke will make sure any third parties are avoided for Stalwart Esports, and they will just take down the players of Team T2K one by one. Also, they'll run into Leo, so that's another good thing for the side of Team Stalwart Esports, because who does not like a team being taken out because of a third party? Somehow, the T2K have been able to reach the other part of the map. 11 meters is the area that Stalwart need to cover over here to get inside the zone. It should not be a big of a problem. But hey, let's see Stalwarts, how do they want to play this one out. Leo as well with just 2. This is looking like a very tough game for them.
Well, definitely Leo started very promising, but soon enough they started dropping down, and now with only 2 players don't show much promise. Stalwart definitely seems like the one that can squeeze this match in their favor, but as of now, T2K still in the attempt of making it back to the top, trying to be in the play zone, trying to be in the safe zone to actually even contest and have an opportunity going forward. Stalwart, however, loses a player, and that's risky. That's risky right now. Needs revival, needs instant revival, nonetheless. But considering their position, they're not gonna have much difficulty doing that.
Oh, Slipknot just slips inside the smoke and survives. And Noah comes in with a perfect cover fire. It's all down to XMPL, who will also be taken care of. Leo, what are they doing? I mean, with so little players, they still are fighting it out and winning it out. And Seal also get eliminated. SPFL also get eliminated. So it is a 2v4 battle. Make it a 1v4 battle. And Hana, it seems like you've lost in the prediction battle too. Because it's safe to say Stalwart Esports have won this game. Noah, the only one standing, has been tagged up quite a bit. Action is literally running with a pan in his hands. Wants to throw and get that final frag. Won't be able to do so, but the shotgun will, and Stalwart Esports, they get a chicken dinner in this map of Miramar.
Well, they not only get themselves the chicken dinner, they also topple 4MV to a very bad position. An irrecoverable one for the day, to be very honest, because there's no more maps that 4MV gets to play. Oh goodness. This has been a run that Stalwart was waiting for, and they finally got it. They well deserved the victory and well deserved the position they have acquired on the leaderboard. But both these teams need to step up soon enough to make it a cushioned, well fortified position.
Make it clap.
A new 1.6 by 1.6 kilometer map is coming to PUBG Mobile version 2.7. In this map, there are several energy zones where you can receive random attribute boosts, such as increased speed and health recovery. At the same time, lots of supplies spawn in the area. Be sure to grab them while you can. After finding all the supplies in an area, you should keep moving to find more supplies. The fastest way to move about is through portals. Go through one to teleport to the other side somewhere else on the map. After exploring an area, it's best to teleport somewhere far. However, it's important to note that there's a cooldown after use, so it can't be used too frequently. If you want to travel across mid-distances, be sure to take note of the updrafts on the map. Get close to an updraft to get lifted into the air. After reaching a certain height, you'll descend back to the ground. During your descent, you can freely adjust your direction to head to your destination. This transportation method is very handy for escaping dangerous situations. Another thing you have to watch out for are the volcanoes on the map. The lava erupting from these volcanoes can cause damage within a certain range. Be sure not to step on the lava. Otherwise, you'll keep taking damage and lose health. After arriving at a new area, be sure to search for exclusive crates. Approach them to get exclusive themed supplies. Apart from exclusive crates, timed airdrops are also a great way to get supplies. So make sure to keep an eye out for the countdown timer on the minimap. It indicates when an airdrop is about to appear. After the countdown ends, a crate with amazing supplies will rise from the ground. When this happens, there will surely be many enemies vying for the crate, so make sure to lie in wait beforehand and evacuate quickly after grabbing the supplies. If you get injured when going for the supplies, go to the recovery point indicated on the map. You'll be able to heal there. Just run into it to fully restore your health and armor in an instant, just like with teleporting. The recovery point has a cooldown after using it. It can't be used again until the cooldown ends. If the battle gets too intense and you find your teammates eliminated, you can bring them back within a limited time at the towers located on the map. The towers also have cooldown after being used. Each player can only be brought back by a teammate once. Players that have been brought back will directly respawn near the tower that was used without having to jump back to the battleground. Hurry and join your friends in the fight for victory.
Hello and welcome back everyone to PMPL South Asia Fall Season 2023. I'm your host Anna, and with me on the SK's Fridge, we are back. And this time we have news which is not very happy for me, but I'll still be a good sports person and be like, good job Fritz.
Yeah.
You finally have more predictions than
You
me, which are
do
right.
not have any other option. Is the thing over here? What? You do not
Even
make
if
a
I had
prediction
options,
was
I would be a
close.
very nice person.
No, that's the only option left. You cannot
I
say
am a
any.
nice person overall. Doesn't matter.
If someone could clip yesterday what she was saying, what she was talking about getting that second prediction before we could have seen the nice person, that she is.
I
But-
was promising, but not me.
Nah. You've lost the prediction game too. Not entirely lost. You still have a chance of a comeback. I'd say the odds are exactly as low as the winning percentage of ASL. So not that high. Not that high. We'll have to check how that goes. But yeah, a great game from the players of Team Stalwart Esports, man. Tops, he is the MVP of the entire game. Total 6 eliminations to his name with 1300. That's good damage too. He is the one who has the most impact in the entire game.
Absolutely. And Tops has been showing up consistently in the top players, so I guess he will be bumping his position up as well. And soon enough, we might see him contesting against No Fear, which is going to be huge. I mean, I would love to see that happen. But yeah, as of now, looking at the top players of this particular game, we should be seeing, I guess, a couple more names from the side of Stalwart. Yeah, we do see one more. But Leo is not very far behind either. They have 8 total eliminations together, including Novax and Slipknot. And Soulless from the side of Seal, still showing up on top, but does not get enough support from the team just yet.
Yeah, but all these teams, Soul, Leo, Stalwart, they had good number of frags. So the top 3 will, I'd say, stay intact according to the ranks that they've got. I'd say after a very long period of time that'll happen. So that's a really good thing. I mean, it just stops and him showing with some random numbers, I'd say, except for Sleepy jumping in terms of the most healing that was done. But yeah, Stalwart Esports, man, they just played their hearts out. They were just always in the perfect spot. The only position where I felt a little bit scared was when they were fighting it out against the players of Team Seal. But as soon as I saw Seal had just 2, I was like, yeah, that's chill. It's just a chicken dinner for the players of Team Stalwarts.
Well, it so turned out to be. And with 23 whooping points, they have definitely made a great cushioned position for themselves. And the way 4MV has been playing these days, it does not seem like they're going to be able to shake this number at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, congrats to Stalwart for actually acquiring the first position on the leaderboard for the end of overall leaderboard. But yeah, going on to the page 2, it seems like a lot of teams disappointing everyone, including 4MV. Excuse me, again 1 point kit. I am losing hope.
Haha, you should. Prediction game is also my strong suit. So, I mean, if you do not agree with me, you'll be in a lot of trouble, is what I feel. But yeah, 4MV with just 1 point to their name, not the best possible game. Plus, one more game has to be played. So Stalwart Esports could really rub salts in their wound if they're able to salt in their wounds. But definitely, this map of Miramar, if it again gets rained on by the players of Team Stalwart Esports, yeah, well, that's GG. That's GG for the entire week. Nobody can touch Stalwart after that game because HVDC was the only one above them. They were the ones who were competing. Esports cannot do much.
Yeah, as of now, it seems like definitely Stalwart is not only going to be topping this particular week, they might also be able to top the overall leaderboard and put themselves in a great enough position to, move forward from. And that not only will give them points to move forward with, that will also give them, the extra bonus points to add for their initial points in the finals.
Okay.
And now, even though the performance has been slow in the first week, but then great in the second for Stalwart, and then great in the first week and slow in the second for 4MV.
Mhm.
It's definitely sure that 4MV, Stalwart, and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, all three of these teams are making it into the grand finals. So I feel like all these three teams might be taking chances on to which one comes on top towards the weekly stages as well. And hopefully in the third week we will see SKYLIGHTZ Gaming do the same. But yeah, 4MV definitely has to bring some consistency, and we were so praiseful of their consistency all through first week. They've been consistent in the second as well, but
Mhm.
like on the opposite side of it.
Yeah, that's true. On the opposite side of it. So, Stalwart Esports, they've done great. Some teams that we were hoping for, especially let's say Mabetex, HVDC, all these teams we thought that they'll show a good performance today. Somewhere, some in between have just fallen a prey. I'd say even SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, I had that little hope, but that's what happens, right? I mean, Sanhok is a map where 70% luck wins you the game, but in the other maps it's not the same. So even if you have the zone, you need to make the most out of it. Getting that zone and defending the place you have are two completely different things. So SKYLIGHTZ were able to do it in the map of Sanhok, but not after that. And now that final map of I'd say Miramar is something that we'll have to wait and watch for and see who gets it out, because Group A won't be playing. 4MV is not there. Stalwart Esports have already covered up way too much in terms of the lead. Before this game, they had a lead of about 4-5 points overall. At this up, it's out of control. This is basically
Yeah.
out of control. And unless Stalwart have a week similar to what 4MV is having right now, I don't see a way for 4MV to just bounce back in.
Well, we'll find out what the situation looks like soon enough. But yeah, on this particular map going all the way from Campo Militar, it seems like Valle del Mar is where the plane path is gonna be ending. It's a very nice zone, plane path. Every team is gonna have a good enough time. Yes, we do know a couple of teams like to go to all the way ruins, but then that is on to your choice. I mean, if it's that huge a map, don't have your preferred drop location to be literally on the corner, not the plane path fall. This is one of the most favorable ones. Most of the areas get covered in this, so I'm pretty happy with the plane path.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, if the other teams are happy with the sort of the plane path that we have right now or not. Because if we centric plane path, so nobody would be really unhappy with this, because even if you do not have the direct path towards your drop location, you can always drop down, take some vehicles, and then rotate that particular area. And we've seen a lot of teams doing that, so it would be completely okay to do so. But meanwhile, I do see a drop fight, sort of a drop clash over there in the city of El Azhar, where two players of Team Seal could be seen hovering around that particular area.
Well, Team Seal in Al Azhar and also all the way down towards Graveyard, if I'm not wrong, are gonna be, you know, just hovering around. And look at how favorable the circle is to them. Wow. Okay, circle. I mean, I don't expect this circle at all, but now that it is this, the best place for teams would be what? La Bendita, Minas del Generals. Everything else looks pretty difficult going forward.
Okay. Let's see the other teams how do they go about this, because for D Venom, this is again another circle that they'll have to rotate. in by a lot. And by a lot, I mean by almost 2,000 meters is going to be their distance towards distance from circle. But other than that, every other team for themselves.
Well, as of now, it seems like IHC definitely has a great position in Al Azhar, and they are gonna be acquiring the best position out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mabetex still has to acquire their loot and rotate back into the circle. La Cabrera being the region where SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is going on. It seems like they are gonna be having their own fun time trying to rotate. I think they will be going for a late rotation, to be very
Mm-hmm.
honest, because they're close enough. But yeah, they seem to have a good enough position. The team to be worried about right now is gonna be DE Venom.
Okay, D Venom is the team to be worried about. All right. I mean, they will be the last ones inside the zone, so they probably will have all the information that they need. But yeah, as talked about HIGHVOLTAGE Esports are the team who have gone outside the circle to get their loot, except for Fearless. He says, guys, I'll take a shortcut to Impala. I'll loot an entire city. You go Puerto Pariso and loot the extremities of that dock region, whereas Kirito will just focus on the small little compounds that there are. So STFL though they are heading the way of Seal, which when I see it like this, I'm not comfortable at all to see that battle happening this early on because it will be 1v1 between Fearless and Rifus. So that's not a fight that you would like to take right now. Either of these teams would like to take right now. So yeah, let's see. I mean, just better to be in that area and hold on for a very long period of time, I'd say.
Yep, let's figure soon enough how this looks. As of now, it seems like LSR is definitely one of the best positions to hold on to because you definitely have very clear area towards your east. Your north will have population but not enough, and it's gonna be a great situation for any team. And right now, that region being under IHC, if I be very bold, seems like a region wasted because IHC has not been showing great games. They have acquired a couple of chickens. They have three in total, but they have not acquired enough points for me to say that it's a region being well optimized. I would like to see DRS acquire that point, or even bad intentions could have a great game if they acquire that point and decide not to throw this time. I have similar thoughts for Stronger Fake Love as well, but Stronger Fake Love already losing players to Seal. Now I don't have the same thoughts for them.
It's okay though. I mean, the game hasn't exactly gone how they wanted it to, but yeah, right now, Seal they're happy. They're like, yeah, we got one free frag, no problem whatsoever. And this is the 1v1 I was talking about. We shouldn't have seen this 1v1 so early on in the game, but hey, now it has already happened, so you cannot do much about it. You can just make sure that you're able to survive for a little bit, and then maybe use your three players to your advantage and play just play forward, move forward in the game. So yeah, let's see.
Well, as of now, it seems like we have a couple of teams that are gonna be having, a hard time trying to go back into the circle. That is King of Spades and the Venom. These teams definitely have made a deal with the devil. Whether or not the devil will deliver is what we're gonna be looking on for. Because Mamba right now, even after being so far away from the circle, it seems like wants to go for a longer rotation. Why, buddy? Why? Three players of the team going towards El Pozo. Mamba trying to go towards La Cabrera. I'm not understanding what's going on in the heads of King of Spades. And I feel like I'm.
Let's see. I mean, how do the other teams want to play this one out? Because if I see STFL, okay, STFL they get pushed in by the players of team ASL, and those one pumps are just doing properly. Great shots from Senior, and he has just taken two of the players down single-handedly. He was all alone. It seemed that STFL would lose another player in this scenario, but that's not the case. He gets a couple of frags, and suddenly he's in a good spot.
Well, considering that the spot becomes much beneficial right now, it seems like ASL will finally be able to, go ahead and do something about it.
Would need
But
to.
no, stronger fake love. That
Wow.
need. Oh goodness! Wow. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Oh goodness. Beautifully done.
ASL can take down an entire army of 4 MV but cannot deal with one single player of STFL. That's the storyline for the past two Miramars. Just facing elimination. Nobu just making sure he uses the uncertainty to its advantage. Gangsta has already been spotted down. His information is also relayed to his teammates, and they will just be pushing him and taking him down too. What a squad wipe! I mean, let's just hold our horses though, because Senior is attempting a overall 1v4. Let's see if he's able to get it. There's a DBS in his hand, the molly at his feet to stop him for a second. But Gangsta, for how long does he survive? Just around the corner, the DBS has already been given away, but there's a DBS in hand for the player of ASL2. Senor gets that confirmation onto one, but the DBS shot will go connect, and Senor pulls off a 1v4.
Beautifully done by Senor. Beautifully done. And this 1v4 definitely is gonna be written down in the history of PMPL. With this, Senor seals another victory for the side of Stronger Fake Love into the game. They're not gonna be losing with very bad points. However, winning is still a question because they don't have all four standing, just like Stalwart Esports, by the way. Just saying. Just saying. In the meanwhile, though. DRS looks strong. Seal looks strong. Seal still trying to make their way back into the circle. Right now in the leaderboard, they do seem to be doing good enough in this particular game. But my problem is with King of Spades. What is wrong with this team right now? What is wrong with this team? Such a long rotation, and they still are struggling with the blue. I do not understand if they can, stay alive, if that is something they're even trying to do, because they are literally going to be walking into the crosshairs of NBeSports sooner or later and giving up their lives to them. In the meanwhile, though, pretty happy on how quickly Bad Intentions was able to recover. But the one team that is not happy right now, it is going to be T2K. Stalwart Esports constantly capitalizing onto the game. Even though they have one less member, they seem to be doing good enough against T2K.
Yeah, Nilsson will be stuck though, because he's the probably the sacrificial lamb over here. Wants to smoke his vehicle and take it out, move away from here, but has been spotted down. The spray does not connect, but Nilsson will be... What? He shouldn't have been allowed to get away from here. And somehow he is, and Turulov is not able to land all the shots he wanted or he needed. But yeah, that's about it.
Dude.
Jiggle though from Roy is able to take down the players of team DEADEYES CMF. So you praise the team for a second, Hana, they just start going down. What is happening?
I mean, I'm just praising the right teams right now. I'm doing it for the ones who want to win. I'm not doing it for the ones who are struggling to win. But yeah, Nizet right now looks like Apex from 4MB. The way this guy is becoming immune, he's what, Ashwathama or something. No bullet is connecting. The guy is just fluttering around into the air like a butterfly made of steel.
I mean, that's a little bit of a luck, I'd say. None of the bullets connecting is a little bit of a luck in its favor. But hey, luck favors the brave. You're brave enough to attempt such insanity. But on the other hand, T2K, all their four players still survive. They had a great opportunity to pin down the players of team Stalwart Esports. They were not able to capitalize on that. But yeah, let's see now how do they continue. Mabetex, Zero, Wally, Desert, all these players are just also hoping to rotate inside the zone. DRS have a good compound to their name, so they're just holding it out, and good spray from Delta too. Gets that knock onto Zero and is hoping to get a few more.
Well, DRS right now looking good with that one flag on the board. Soon to convert it into two, because Zero will be taken down in all possibilities. Soon enough, the remaining players of Mabetex will also be spotted. As of now, nobody is trying to contest into going and saving Zero, because they know trying to do that will give away their position, and then they will also become a prey to Delta, and not trying to give any more food to this predator. They try to hold back into their position and lose one player of their own team. In the meanwhile, though, the circle seems to be inviting towards SKYLIGHTZ Gaming as of now. Al-Azhar going slightly south of it. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming will be able to make it into the circle, but not easily, because the area they're going to acquire has a couple of players from IHC who they would be very willing to take a fight against. But then that fight will invite the players of DRS and Mabetex to actually acquire a lot more third-party advantage.
Oh, okay. IHC. Let's see. Maybe they are also trying to rotate away from this particular area. Mabetex looking to take some shots, but wouldn't be able to land any. Now Desert is still sticking around, hoping to find anything that he can. Answers nothing. He just gets nothing at all, and they just lost zero, and that's about it. The next circle is where I'm interested. The next circle will definitely define the playing field for all of these teams, and the fights are supposed to happen after the next circle. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Does Desert have a vehicle available for himself? That's another thing that crosses my mind over here, to rotate away from this position. Meanwhile, in the backlines, Mabetex is DRS CMF Esports have already been taken care of. They're the second team to be eliminated from this map, and I mean, I was expecting a good performance from this team this week. They did show some good games in week number 1, but this time around as well on day number 3, yeah, not the best possible performance for them.
It's definitely not the best possible, but then again, they have acquired good enough position to start with, so it's cool enough. In the meanwhile, though, one team that we were getting a lot of hopes from for the second week is going on getting destroyed. Stronger FAKELOVE, not able to hold their ground, even though they started great. It doesn't seem like they're gonna end well, and it's very well said that it's all about the happy ending. If you don't have a happy ending, doesn't matter how happy your beginning was. So let's find out if Stronger FAKELOVE will have any opportunity to go forward with. But in the meanwhile, Mabetex Esports trying to just stay concealed, considering they've already lost a player, wouldn't want to risk much. But then, as you said, the brave are rewarded. I would definitely support Desert to just run into SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and take the fight.
Oh, okay, just run. Okay, wow, that's really a silver call, Hana. Not even silver to that, but it's okay.
Arey, but you just told me, that luck supports the brave. So I was just asking them to be super brave and stupid at the same time.
There's a thin line between bravery and stupidity, and you were asking the players to just maybe cross it and just check the result. Although meanwhile, NBeSports also just invaded a compound that Mabetex had, and easily they are able to get that frag for themselves.
Alrighty. Whether or not you walk into SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, Mabetex is gonna be losing a player, so the deal is settled. But as of now, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming tried to have a third-party situation onto NBeSports and Mabetex Esports fight. In the meanwhile, the T2K taking care of King of Spades. Now, these two teams have been fighting each other constantly. The results have been different every time. But for some reason, T2K is always the one trying to initiate the fight. And this time it seems like they're gonna have the better fruit of it as well, because KS already has one player less.
Yeah, KS. See, the problem with King of Spades is their drop location. I think it's too far away for zones like these to compete in. So they'll have to figure something out. Meanwhile, DRS, they've been able to shut down the player of Stalwart Esports. Action is down and about. Completely out of the game, and Stalwart are left with just 2 players surviving in this entire game. NBeSports could be a really good team this time around, because they are entering the zone from a very different angle. They have no fights in front of them, so they can really set themselves up. Meanwhile, IHC is godless at that opportunity to get one knock at least on the players of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, but they're not able to do so. The trades are there. For how long is my question. Meanwhile, Stalwart Esports get eliminated without any points, so for MV will also take a sigh of relief. But IHC, this battle is something I'm looking forward to. Godless down on the ground. SKYLIGHTZ, they have the entire control of the compound except for one single house that Demo is still located in.
Well, as of now, it seems like IHC is not going to have the best time, considering that SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is going to be having more control and more number of players to themselves. Godless will be taken down as well, so no more information related to the players of IHC. And with that, the situation becomes slightly dicey and unpredictable for Venom DE and Raw officials. Raw officials, however, completely seem to be acquiring control of the situation slowly and steadily, and with all 4 alive with 5 frag points, they look good, and Venom DE gets taken away completely. However, in this particular game, I feel like Seal and DRS could be two teams that have great contestant, but in the middle of the whole circle, you find who? You find Leo.
Okay, Leo
Doing
Esports.
good, chilling.
But for now,
Yep.
they don't have any frags. So that's one bad thing. But the good thing is they have the center of the circle, so they'll have an opportunity at getting a lot of frags to their name. So let's see. Let's see how does that go. Meanwhile, a lot of smokes have been deployed over here by both these teams. But ISC are the ones who are trying to get in and probably use it to their advantage to sneak into the compound that SKYLIGHTZ is holding right now. Zol being the sneaky snake, he's all alone though. That's my concern over here. And Mafia Ninja spots him down, tags him quite a bit, but the reset is being attempted, although Nima will deny that. Nima gets another knock, Zol will be picked off. Alex, what can he do? What can my guy do? Demo with a little bit of a support. Mr. Boro dropped down to very little HP. Does not have a first aid to work with. It's only the boosters. But the push comes in. Alex goes down and INC one by one will be eliminated out of the game.
Wait, IHC getting eliminated is not gonna be that much of a news, but now two more teams get eliminated with no points at all. After that, everyone starts getting position points. That's one thing that Leo can prey upon. At least they will have 1 point going out. Mabetex seems to be the next team that gets picked off because they are, first of all, only two players, second of all, too far away from each other to actually sustain this. But well, in the meanwhile, T2K takes some damage from raw officials, and this is one fight that T2K cannot hope to come out of alive. But let's see. Hopefully, they will have polished their gun skills enough to make this work. But yeah, currently it just seems like a raw officials thing to deal with.
That's true. NBeSports though, would love to see how well do they take those fights. Raw Esports on the other hand, they ran past the players of Team T2K and were able to eliminate everyone without even getting one of the players knocked out. So it's like, yeah, we are rotating, but in the meanwhile, we will collect 2 free frags. That's who we are. On the other hand, I do see NBeSports making sure that there is no one present in the compound, just tossing volleys, tossing some throwables. T2K are falling one by one, and only 2 of their players survive. Well, that will even not for long because XMPL just got taken down. Drake all alone manages to find that one frag. Will be eliminated instantly though. So Mabetex also now surviving with only Desert.
Well, Rig did make things easier for quite a lot of teams by taking away the one single player from Mabetex Esports, and now only one survives from Mabetex as well as T2K, and both are at the verge of extinction because both are being chased at the moment. Soon enough, the fights will happen. There is awareness of how many players are in which team, surviving and still sustaining ones. 2 players in one single buggy. Okay, DRS, what are you doing?
Big.
Okay, go for it.
Now that's bravery. You understand the difference? That's bravery because they knew no one would shoot at them. But now this is stupidity. Delta sitting out of the zone trying to heal himself back up with the medkit he has. Probably pops the medkit and runs towards the buggy and tries to get inside the zone. Or maybe just makes a run for the zone. 102 meters is what he has to cover to get inside, but does nothing of the above too. Huh?
He's like, nada. None of the above is what I choose. But well, as of now, it just seems like NBeSports is completely on to DRS. They're trying to make sure that this one team is eliminated completely. Delta has no option to actually do any of those because he's constantly being pinned down by players of NBeSports, and he does not have the opportunity to, evacuate his position and relocate because gatekeeping is on point from the side of NBeSports, and they're doing it well enough. Soon enough, once the gatekeeping position is done with, once the DRS team is dealt with, they might even be moving forward to take care of Mabetex Esports. T2K, however, is in a great enough position. They won't be budging much. They will just sustain there. One single player will try to make sure that he is able to rig the leaderboard by making sure that he survives for long enough. DRS losing players to the zone, also losing players to the damage because NBeSports trying to march right on to Killer ID.
Wow. And there's no support. That's surprising for me. Now there's a shotgun around the corner. Gyante will get one. But the trade, it's not there. It's not there, and the frags just go out. DRS. For a second, we thought they were in such a good spot, but suddenly they just get eliminated at NBeSports. They are the
Now
ones to
it's a
do the
seal
job.
game. Now it's a seal game. It's definitely a seal game. They don't have many fights to take on. They have great position in the circle. Easily gonna be able to recollect the remaining players until they do something which I call bravery, but the world knows it to be stupidity. Until they do something like that, they're gonna be fine.
It's okay, Anna. I'll help you understand the difference between the two. But for now,
Casting with you definitely falls into the kind of bravery that I call it, right?
or maybe the stupidity. That's something you're struggling with, right? So I'll let you know. I'll let you know as soon as I figure it out. But right now, Mabetex tossing a nade, NBeSports, no problem. They will take some damage, but then the rotation is being attempted in a buggy with another player up on top. Akash was trying to make some way, gets just pitched down by the player of Leo. Yetauta gets one. Malik from Raw gets another one. And NBeSports are left with just last player standing.
Oh goodness, and in the meanwhile, King of Spades somehow deals damage on two Raw official players, and Raw Esports also losing two players in the process, lose their chance to victory. And now it's all on to Leo, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, and Seal, because being all four does make a lot of difference towards the last few occasions. And with that, King of Spades will also be facing the wrath coming in from the side of Malik to avenge his fallen comrades. But now avenging is all he can do, because this is not a situation where he can recover. Oh no, gets taken down. Sad.
King of Spades, they just stopped the push coming in from the players of Raw Esports. That's a great job by them. And they might be able to even revive some of the players. SKYLIGHTZ, meanwhile, being just thrown at by the players of Team Seal Esports. A lot of utility coming their way, a lot of gunfire coming their way. Let's see how does SKYLIGHTZ deal with all of this. Nima subjected to a nade, just barely survives it. Soulless, he's very aware about what's happening around him. Drops an underhanded smoke. He knows that Nima cannot peek out of that angle, because as soon as he does, he'll be just taken down. Soulless gets another frag. That's the opening Seal wanted. And now they will just try to corner down the players of Team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and take them down one by one.
Well, all the players survive very close to each other from the side of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. The zone is going to be pushing them. The nades are coming in. The damage is coming in. But wait a second. Scooby gets knocked instead. Mr. Boro, very good on his aim and game, makes it difficult for Seal to even survive in this position. Now, again, as we talked about it, I don't know, man. Seal is not making it. They were supposed to be the ones with the biggest chance of victory, and they are losing it all.
Yeah, with 20 seconds still left, I think Seal will be able to maybe get one player back up, Fearless, but they'll have to give up on the other two. Scooby is not making it through, Soulless is not making it through, and SKYLIGHTZ will get those frag confirmations. Although Leo in with the third party, Nova jumps onto the remaining two players and just eliminates them entirely. Wants to drug, even giving them some cover from the players of Team Seal Esports in the process. So great decision making coming in over here from Leo, and they were able to get that second spot the previous time. Leo Esports, this time they're eyeing for the very first position overall.
Absolutely. I mean, Leo, we do know, does have very good brain game when it comes to the last few circles. Closing a game is something that they're very on point with, and if they're able to do it one more time, I would start having hopes for this team to actually make it to the first 12, so that they can play the bonus game. But then that's going to be a hard climb. They will have to be very, very consistent going forward. But yeah, as of now, it seems like they're doing good, and I'm pretty happy with their performance. In the meanwhile, they do deal some damage onto more teams, and now they have their eyes set onto Seal. Seal right now not in much danger, but with nades being the only thing that they're interested in exchanging, Seal might find Yetauta. Yetauta will just run away. He knows which fights to take. That's something I'm very optimal about Leo for. They know exactly which fight to invest in and which fight to withdraw.
Well, Yetauta though has been completely pinned down to one single location. And now that frag will be maybe Seals or STFL. It's Jobu who gets that knock. Confirmation might just be taken down by the player of STFL. Yeah, that's it. Nobu just blasts the vehicle, gets that confirmation onto Yetauta. So even though Leo were looking in a very strong spot, suddenly as soon as their numbers drop, they're in a difficult situation. STF will get that advantage of the zone too. So two of their players are already inside the zone and they have a lot of players to pick apart one by one around them. But T2K may be one of those players. Rick spotted down, sprayed upon, but Senior is not able to land the shot. Dead Storm on the other hand gets a knock onto Slipknot. Leo Liquid tried to cover his teammate, get that revival, was running out in the open, caught off guard by Kirito. And Leo one by one had just lost all their hope of getting a chicken in their favor.
Well, Leo was definitely gonna be the ones I bet on in this game, and they lose that quickly. But well, they did make it to top 5, so good enough for them. But yeah, it's definitely not looking like the game that I was expecting out of them. However, currently it seems like Stronger Fake Love might finally be ready to make a comeback, but I still feel there's better chances for King of Spades.
Okay, King of Spades definitely they're in, although they're not inside the zone, so that's the problem. And Seal, even though it's only down to Fearless, he is inside the zone. Just all together, they just might be able to take down the players of King of Spades. Look at this. XXX does not even know that Nova is still present in this location. And the nade, I think, okay, not the nade, but Dobu's rifle will be able to take down Mamba in the process. Leo is just making enough pressure onto the players of King of Spades that they won't be able to survive for long.
Wow.
And Deathstorm will be taken down by the nade. Just don't say anything about any of these teams, Ahana. Because within the next 10 seconds, they are just getting eliminated.
I think Stronger Fake Love will win, and I think that they won't get eliminated. See, this time I'm playing it in a way where either I will be correct or we will know that my jinx actually works like really, really well. But yeah, as of now, it seems like Seal is gonna have their fate sealed off. Fearless gets taken down. Now it's a 3v1, and T2K Rig, being the only person surviving, is gonna have to face off 3 players from the side of Stronger Fake Love. One can be taken care of very easily. It's gonna be a 1v2 to go forward with. Becca definitely is not in a very good position, but it is something that T2K has to be aware of first to be able to capitalize on.
Rig has a really cheeky rage. But never mind, does not matter because Senior just spots it down, takes him down. And STFL, the 3-man squad, did their job, got that chicken, and at least are able to put a footing in day number 3.
Well, STFL finally acquiring a chicken for themselves after a really, really long time. Get themselves the chicken dinner that they've been waiting for all this while. I mean, we saw a great game from them on the end of first day of first week. Kept waiting for the same thing to happen again, but we did not for a really long time. And now finally the prayers have been answered. 11 eliminations, 21 total points, and 11th overall rank. With 1539 damage, this team has finally looking like they may be making a comeback for it. And I am hopeful for this team going forward.
Oh yes, SCFL, the way they played this map was interesting because I did not see a lot of gameplay from their side. We were just hopping too much from one place to the other. But a good job done by the players of Team STFL. 11 total elimination, 21 total points. It's decent. 12 is what I think if you are getting a chicken is the number of frags you should at bare minimum have. 11 is near to it, so we'll give it to them. Especially a team on the lower charts. They need any point that they can get. A chicken will definitely help their cause. So overall, great job done by them. 11th position is what they've got. 2 more days is what they need to hold on to this sort of a game. Because 2 more days after that, they'll be able to play the bonus game. That should be your objective, to play the bonus game at the end of the week.
Exactly. If you're one of the teams that's all the way in the bottom, then this is something that you can go forward with. But well, let's take a look at the person who had most contribution, and it is Senor. We do remember he had literally clean swept one whole squad in the beginning of the game itself with 4 eliminations and got 2 more going forward.
Yep. He's the MVP of this particular game, Senor. Good job done by my man. So definitely deserves the title that he has got over here. And would love to see a little bit more coming in from him. Not just in one map, a little bit consistently is what I want him to perform. So, a great job done by Senior overall. But if you talk about the other players who had an impact in the game, so it is Kirito from Seal, Fearless from Seal, Malik from Roy Esports, and Rick from DEADEYES Esports. So, all of these players looking good. Just let's be a little bit more consistent in terms of what you do.
Absolutely. I mean, I do feel like Seal definitely had the opportunity to actually seize the map, but then they failed. However, it is also Leo that showed a lot of promise and then did not deliver. But yeah, SCFL winning this one definitely puts them in a much better position in top 12 nonetheless, which makes it easier for them to hold on to the position. But yeah, with 6 frags, Senior holds highest eliminations, 857 for highest damage for Kirito, 4 assists for Jiggle, and 369 healing for Nima.
Yeah, and if we talk about the match rankings now, Seal getting 14 points to themselves. A good thing for Seal overall. Leo Esports on the third spot, 11 points overall. Raw Esports with 9, T2K with 9, SKYLIGHTZ. Yeah, all these points are decent. Anything above 7 or maybe 7 is good, I'd say. So it's good job done by all of these teams, but the other teams, well, DRS, Mabetex, Venom D, they have to perform. Surprised to see Stalwarts in the 14th spot. Did not expect this team to be such low position, such lower into the charts. But yeah, without any point, I mean, would love to see Stalwart perform a little bit better in the future game because this was their chance to cement their lead overall.
Exactly. This was the moment where they could have actually made sure that the lead became such huge that there was no option for 4MV to even topple them at the end of the week, because we still have 2 more days to go. And you know it. If 4MV has one good day, that means that they can actually squeeze in more than 50 points in that day. We know how huge their lead is when they start showing the kind of performance we saw in first week. So you definitely wanted to cement their position. Solver definitely should have done that, but knowing that they literally got eliminated on 0 makes it harder to digest for Solver fans, for you. But yeah, they have acquired the first position, at least in this weekly standing, and in overall league also we'll find out soon enough. They have 16-point difference against Raw to begin with.
Yeah, Stalwart Esports, if we talk about the overall ranking in this week, they've been able to come out on top, but look at that Raw Esports as well, just following them behind. HVDC has fallen down. Seal, though, has picked up the pace over the last few days, and 93 points from 12 games is not bad at all.
Yeah, considering they don't even have any chickens, it's definitely looking good. But this time I do see a good distribution of chickens overall. Like in the first page itself, we're seeing most teams having at least 1 or 2 chickens, and that's good because earlier we were not seeing as many new names pop up for the chicken contestants. But yeah, this week is more equally distributed, and I feel like in the next week we will definitely be seeing more teams taking part into this whole dinner race. But yeah, ASL, JMEX, both surviving very low on the leaderboard. And what's funny is I still think JMEX might be able to change things around, but I don't think ASL might be.
What's with you and ASL? I don't understand.
I don't like the way they're playing. They're not doing good. They literally throw away situations which are not supposed to be thrown away. And with JMEX, I know for a fact, yes, they have lost a lot of fights. But one, they do not initiate fights on their own. If they get that confidence, I think they will be able to do much better.
Okay.
Two, they are mostly in sandwich situations and mostly taken down because of the lack of numbers they have. ASL, even with all 4 surviving towards the end, towards being the one team with the most numbers, still manages to lose. That's just very disappointing. Very.
Okay. But if we talk about the overall standing this time around, Stalwart Esports have already taken over the players of Team 4MV and even of the players of Team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. So
Yeah.
4MV, they're just facing a disaster. That's what I feel.
If 4MV does not pick up their pace tomorrow itself, and by the end of tomorrow comes back up on top to the position of first, they will find themselves on 5th position, because Raw Esports and Seal will also be able to topple them. It's literally an 8-point difference. However, for 4MV to actually change things is not going to be very difficult, because SKYLIGHTZ is only 1 point ahead. But then again, considering that they were earlier 46 points ahead of SKYLIGHTZ, it makes it harder to believe that they will be able to perform consistently. They need to be back in their original form to actually go forward. But yeah, going on to the second page, until DE Venom, I'm happy. Everything after DE Venom is some teams that I have zero hopes from.
Okay. If we talk about the overall elimination leaders this time around, oh my god, No Fear has just taken away the chart. 65 eliminations by himself. Yeah, Tops is there in the race, but is he though? 12 elimination differences what separates No Fear and Tops in the chart. It seems like if Tops does not pick up the pace over here, this entire thing would just go to No Fear single-handedly, man. He just has been I'd say the cannon for the side of team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming.
He sure has been, no doubts on that. But yeah, I do gotta say, we have been, dissing on 4MV a lot, and I completely agree. Their performance was terrible this week. But man, we do gotta say one more thing. We cannot like take this away from them. They created huge cushioning for themselves
Yeah,
because
that's
see,
true.
they've had 4 consecutive terrible days.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm not even gonna say bad. These have been terrible days. Most of the games they've gotten zeros and ones. And still, not only do they have a third position on overall leaderboard, that too by a difference of literally 1 point, otherwise they would be on second. They also have 2 of their players still sustaining in the top 5. The lead has been huge. I mean, literally 10 kills is what has been added to the player from 4MV who is in the top players in the whole 4-day gap,
Mhm.
and still he's there. Like
That's-
that's almost 2.5 kills a day.
Yep. That's the impact that they've created in the first
Exactly.
week itself. So that's great. That's great and all for 4MV, but it won't last forever. So
Exactly, they gotta pick back up.
you'll have to make sure that you're able to get back into the game. Tomorrow is going to be a very important day for you because see,
More
you might not
Erangels.
perform good in week number 2. You may take Saturday and Sunday and be like, yeah, we did not perform up to our expectation. It's okay. Week number 3, you'll still have an opportunity. But then again, you'll need to show the performance that you did in week number 1. So these are some of the things that you'll need to keep in mind. Now 4MV as a team, I'm sure they will show up in grand finals. They might be trying something new over here because of which they've been facing such difficulties, and they will fix it out. They will fix it out, go back to what was working for them, and just play it exactly like that. And probably again compete against the players of Team Stalwart Esports, because that has been the story of South Asia. Yes, there are a few teams from Nepal region who just try to come up and fight against Stalwart Esports and 4MV, but it is usually them who end up in the top 2 spots. That too for a good reason. So I really hope 4MV they just bounce back. I want the other teams to just play exactly like the same that they are. SKYLIGHTZ, they've been playing good. Let's just continue with the same performance. DEADEYES guys' performance did drop it by a little bit today as well. Overall, they've not been performing that good. So I would like to see them perform a little bit better. But yeah, that's about it. Would love to see how the other teams played out.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been a tough week for a lot of teams because very new names showed up, but it also means that the lead did not get, stretched up huge numbers by one single team. That means you still have the opportunity. So, I mean, if you actually talk statistically and mathematically, there is still chance for Bad Intentions, for ASL, for JMEX to actually make it back into the top 12 before the, bonus game appears. They also have the chance to make it into top 16 before we go into grand finals. But then it completely depends on whether or not you try something. Like, here's the thing. I've been seeing JMEX try new things constantly and still fail, which is fine. ASL is not even trying to do something else. They are just staying there, trying to live for long and failing at that. So I want to see those changes happen. You're understanding that you're not able to close the game well, then maybe try to take sooner fights, maybe try to add to your frag points, maybe don't leave with one single point if closing the game is something you're not able to do. But yeah, well, they learn to close the game or not. We definitely know how to close the show, so we're gonna go ahead and bid our goodbyes for today. We'll be here same time, same place tomorrow with more games for you guys. I'm Anna, with me was Spades, and tomorrow we'll entertain you again. Until then, take care.
Make it clap.
PUBG PUBG Mobile version 2.7 will be available soon. Let's take a look at all the new content. The long-awaited Dragon Ball Super collaboration is officially here. We'll be bringing you 2 new game modes for this collaboration: Dragon Ball Super themed mode and Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super themed mode will be available in Erangel, Livik, and Sanhok. In this mode, we've incorporated Dragon Ball elements into the classic Battle Royale gameplay. All players will embark on a journey to find the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron. Collect the Dragon Balls scattered throughout the map. The team that gathers all 7 will be able to summon Shenron at the Shenron altar and make a wish to obtain powerful buffs. Maybe if you're super lucky, you'll get 3 wishes at once. During the journey of collecting the Dragon Balls, players will obtain a type of energy called Ki during the game. Players can use Ki to unleash famous Dragon Ball moves. Players can obtain the Kamehameha by picking it up. It equips to the pistol slot. After charging, it will release a continuous high-damage beam. Fukujutsu is another skill that can be picked up during a match. Players can use this skill to fly freely in the air and make quick tactical maneuvers. The Senzu Bean is a new recovery item that is incredibly effective. The Dragon Radar can display the location of Dragon Balls that haven't already been claimed by other players. It can help you collect the Dragon Balls more quickly. The Air Car can carry up to 3 players. It's easy to put away and has better performance than regular vehicles. Tenkaichi Budokai, Kame House, Korin Tower, Dragon Ball Village. These are some famous landmarks that will appear in the game. Call your friends and explore with them now. The collaboration this time even has a hidden challenge, named Dragon Ball Trial. Win consecutively in the themed mode for a chance to take on the challenge. After accepting the missions, the team has to follow the instructions and gather 7 Dragon Balls. During the process, your team's location will be exposed to other players. All players will be drawn into battle for the Dragon Balls. To win the game, the trial team must successfully secure the Dragon Balls, defend the altar, and then summon Shenron. Are you ready for the challenge? In this standalone mode, named Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super, players can roleplay as iconic Dragon Ball characters. Use powerful, unique moves in a brand new anime-style map, and become the ultimate victor. There are 5 Dragon Ball characters in this mode. They are Son Goku, Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo, and Frieza. Select your favorite fighter. Master their skills to suppress your enemies and achieve victory in intense battles. In the new version, the new Ace 32 firearm will be made available on all maps. It uses 7.62mm ammo and has 6 attachment slots. What are you waiting for? Go try it out now. Furthermore, this update also includes a firearm attribute tag display. Newer players can go to their backpack to look at the tags of a firearm they've picked up to quickly grasp its characteristics. The new Cycle 5 Season 13 begins on July 18th. Be sure to stay tuned for the new season rewards. That's a wrap for the main new content of the upcoming version. For more information, be sure to follow our official PUBG Mobile community. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. See you next time.